Welcome back to Personal Banking. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto, Good Samaritan Regional Health Center, Raising a Hospital, Raising the Bar, Alan Wiggers, your shelter insurance agent, Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, Ren Lake College. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Heartland Accounting, Bean Insurance, Central Christian Church, and People's National Bank. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski in the 94 Sports Mobile Studios for Mount Vernon Rams Football. The Ren Lake College pregame show starts now.
And good evening from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium at your Ren Lake College pregame show. The Mount Vernon Rams in a season finisher tonight against the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. Reciprocating records here tonight as the Golden Aces come in 7-1 on the season. The Mount Vernon Rams, meanwhile, 1-7, coming in off of a tough loss against the Orphans last week on the road, a final of 58-47. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside Jeff Crow with us on mywithersradio.com with streaming video, and of course on your radio here on WMIX AM 940. Plenty coming up on this Ren Lake College pregame show. We'll have plenty of scores tonight. We'll talk about those a little bit later on. But Danny, it's going to be strange tonight for the Mount Vernon Rams, a team that traditionally boasts a couple of kickers. Going to be without due to a couple infractions in that soccer regional.
Well, it was interesting because you and I were coming across the field helping some friends from the radio side of Mount Carmel, and I kind of came across first and kind of looked and saw both Mr. Swinton and also Mr. Duncan stand at the 40-yard line in their jersey, their shirt, but not their anything else. And it dawned on me that they did get red carded and ejected from their match earlier in the week in the Carbondale Soccer Regional, and therefore have to sit out the next thing they're involved with, and that would so happen to be tonight's football game. So the Rams will be without a couple valuable weapons in the kicking game tonight when they play Mount Carmel.
Well, and here's how red-faced I was. I knew about it, but never once thought about it. And so seeing them in street close tonight, it's like, oh, yeah. So we'll see what happens tonight with the Mount Vernon Rams kicking game if they decide to employ it here in Week 9. Mount Vernon Rams against the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. A battle of mounts here tonight. Again, the Golden Aces come in undefeated champions of the Big 8 Conference. They rolled with a 6-0 record. Only 7 teams in the Big 8. They have math problems just like the South 7. Of course, the Rams finished 1-4 in the South 7 Conference with their lone win coming against the Carbondale Terriers in Week 6 by a final of 37-27. Then fell to Cahokia on the road by a final of 38-14, falling last week against the Orphans 58-47. Mount Carmel comes in. Their lone loss was back in Week 1 against the Harrisburg Bulldogs. We'll talk more about that here in a bit. We need to take a quick break. This is the Rams pregame brought to you by Ren Lake College on WMIX.
Do you know what your mortgage rate is? You probably know what your monthly payment is, but your interest rate can make a big difference. With a lower interest rate, I may be able to help lower your monthly payment. Stop by People's National Bank today and ask to see me, Joy Schrader, mortgage specialist, about refinancing your current loan. People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's going to be a nasty winter, so get the vehicle you can depend on now at Second Chance Auto. They have the vehicle you're looking for, probably priced under $10,000. And most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. And there's bank rate financing for everyone. Second Chance Auto has been helping people just like you for over 32 years. So get your quality pre-owned vehicle from Second Chance Auto today. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Or call 244-4582. That's 244-4582. This is your home for Rams Radio, WMIX.
And welcome back, Ren Lake College pregame show. At Ren Lake College, you can get a quality education and save thousands. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. Ren Lake College, it's the time. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski, Jeff Crow with us in the booth. Jesse Clark back at the studio tonight at the Powerhouse, known as 3501 Broadway. We're here on AM 940, video tonight on mywithersradio.com. Glad to be back with you on the internet. Of course, as we could not stream video last week, we got back with the action with video last night at Carbondale. The Mount Vernon Lady Rams, of course, lost in straight sets, 25-14, 25-21 to the Carbondale Terriers. Their regional match will be in action on Monday. It'll be a 5:30 start against the Annies of Centralia. That'll be a 5:15 pre-match thereabouts right here on AM 940, audio online at mywithersradio.com. So again, we're glad to have you with us tonight. Senior night from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Plenty of time to get out here. and support the Mount Vernon Rams seniors as they step on this field one last time. Danny Czerwinski's alongside. As we mentioned, we tell you more about the Harrisburg Mount Carmel road and how that soccer kind of start off the season. Harrisburg beats Mount Carmel 26-15. Had some kicking issues on PATs, we understand. And then Mount Carmel rolls through the Big 8 plus Red Hill en route to this game here tonight. And, I mean, none of them were really that close except for the matchup, I believe, against Jasper at home. Jasper, can't remember their mascot, so you'll have to forgive me on that. Home is Scott Rowland. So
Jasper Rowlands.
There you go. But
look, anyway, yeah, I mean, you're looking at Mount Carmel's schedule, and the thing about it is Mount Carmel has played only about 3 teams with winning records, and the whole thing is Mount Carmel's got 1, 2, 3 teams with winning records. They lost to Harrisburg, beat Jasper at home, and beat Boonville, Indiana at home. So 3 teams with winning records, and the whole thing is that Mount Carmel hasn't really been tested. I think when you look at their schedule, Chris, they're playing bigger schools, but as you mentioned, their closest game was week 1, 11 points. They had a 12-point or 15-point win against Jasper. Really haven't been tested so far this year. It'll be interesting to see how they come about, how they do things here in a game that may be closer than what they think.
Well, there's a lot of folks that don't know a whole lot about the Big 8 Conference, and they want to say, you get a lot of Indiana folk and a lot of Mount Carmel folk who say, well, it's a pretty big conference, a lot like the South 7. Really, it isn't. It's a conference that the top 3 teams enrollment rise, maybe like the bottom 3 teams of the South 7. The bottom 3 teams of the Big 8 might have enrollment similar to the top 3 teams in the River to River, Ohio. So really not a big basis for comparison. And it's a Big 8 conference many have thought to be down this year. Princeton, I think, went winless this season, which is atypical for them. Mount Vernon, Indiana, also in that conference, was under 500. And as Danny just got done saying, basically only 2 teams above 500 in the Big 8 conference this year, Boonville Pioneers and Jasper. The Washington Hatchets even finished 4-5 on the year. So you come in this one, if you're a Mount Vernon Ram, you really can't look at their record and be intimidated by 7-1. You have to remember the fact that you have not played any of the same competition. And while you can't take solace in that at all because it's played out there on the field, a lot of people like to take to Cal Preps and things like that and look at those projections, but the game still has to be played out on the field. And the only game I can think of this year that the Mount Vernon Rams were not in at the half was the Althoff game on the road, in which the Rams were missing 16 of 22 starters.
Well, you look at it this way, too, and the interesting conversation is, okay, Mount Carmel is a 3A school last year, sitting more in the 4A bracket this year based on enrollment. We'll see what happens 24 hours from now. You have a Mount Vernon that is usually 5A, now 6A. It's a difference, and it's a huge difference from what Mount Carmel's been seeing all year. When you step up, Mount Vernon may be 1-7, but there's a little bit more athletes on this side than what Mount Carmel's probably used to seeing. The flip side of that would be, for a Mount Vernon standpoint, if Mount Vernon were to go back and play an O'Fallon or a Belleville West or a Belleville East, that would be the same difference as Mount Carmel playing Mount Vernon tonight. It's just a difference of size and class. And again, Mount Carmel's a very good team. I don't think, as I saw them last year at DuQuoin in the quarterfinals, I don't believe they're the same kind of team they were last year and made it to the semis in 3A. I think they're a very good football team, but I'm not for certain that they are as good a team as they were last year coming into this one.
Well, that'll remain to be seen once we get started, of course. Much talked about game on the internet on IllinoisHighSchoolSports.com, so we'll see how this all pans out as there was widespread differentiation between the two sides. We need to take a quick break here on your Rend Lake College pregame show, and again, Rend Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the Week 9 matchups we're keeping an eye on tonight on our scoreboard updates and tell you where you can find them besides this broadcast. We'll take a break. This is Rams Football presented by Banterra Bank.
The Cardinals have done it again. National League champions for a record 18th time.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Cardinals are National League champions and headed to the World Series.
Can they win an NL record 11th World Series? Or will the second time be a charm for the Texas Rangers?
In the air, shallow right. The Texas Rangers win the pennant. Second consecutive year.
Will the Cardinals have an answer for Nelson Cruz?
At the wall. Come on. 3-run home run Nelson Cruz. And it's another 11th inning home run for Cruz.
Or will David Freese put another championship on ice for the Cards?
Rolling into left field. Get up, baby. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Oh, yeah. 3-run home run by David Freese.
Don't miss 15,000 watts of the World Series on 94.1 FM, WMIX.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. If you are looking for a bank that still has people in the lobby, personally answers your phone calls, and is focused exclusively on Jefferson County, stop by and see us. We have safe deposit boxes, free checking with free internet banking, and debit cards tied to the Mount Vernon Rams, Ina Hornets, and Woodlawn Cardinals. Coming soon, debit cards tied to St. Mary's Knights with a portion of the revenue generated by your use donated back to your school. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
When you want the best, think the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. The Orthopedic Center has the unique distinction of being one of only 2 non-academic accredited orthopedic teaching and research facilities in the state of Illinois. Our goal in education is to inspire the next generation of orthopedic surgeons. Patient care, education, and research are our core strengths. Located on Veterans Memorial Drive, Mount Vernon, and St. Mary's Good Samaritan Centralia campus, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Discover the difference.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Jeep dealer at King City Chrysler Center in Mount Vernon. Have you ever dreamed of having your own Jeep Wrangler? Imagine driving down the highway with the top down and absorbing the sun rays. Off-road, on-road, wherever you want to go has just become easier. Right now, you can receive 0% for 60 months through Ally Financial on the exciting 2011 Jeep Wrangler 2-door or 4-door. This deal is so attractive, my son Ryan just purchased a Jeep Wrangler for a college vehicle. He keeps telling me how smooth the Wrangler is on the interstate and plenty of interior room. The 2011 Jeep Wrangler is still incorporating the unique design elements that symbolize off-road capability. Come to King City Chrysler today and receive 0% for 60 months on the iconic 2011 Jeep Wrangler at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, where you can count on us.
Let's go back out to the gridiron on WMIX.
And welcome back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium tonight on the Red Lake College pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams, Mount Carmel Golden Aces will kick off here shortly. Senior night at Mount Vernon as you're watching on MyWithersRadio.com. The senior night festivities, even when we go to break, you'll still get to see the senior night festivities on MyWithersRadio.com. So we're glad to have you with us, regardless of how you may be tuned in. Thank you for making us a part of your Friday evening. Pregame temperature is supposed to be around 46 degrees tonight. Your kickoff temperature, rather, is supposed to be 46 degrees tonight. Clear skies, frost advisory after 1 a.m. here in southern Illinois. So we have about 6 and change before we maybe see the teams back on the field, or at least until kickoff. Danny Czerwinski's alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Danny, a lot of Week 9 action that we need to keep an eye on here tonight, especially in our own conference.
Well, I mean, you got 5 of 6 teams still in or still have a shot at the playoffs from the South 7 and 9. Altah 4-4. We'll play at Triad, who's 8-0. 2 teams we're familiar with. Interesting matchup there. Cahokia is 4-4. They traveled to Chicago today to play our friends from Hales Franciscan. Cahokia is 4-4. Franciscan, the Spartans, are 5-3. Another team, Carbondale's at home tonight, 4-4 against a banged-up 5-3 Harrisburg team. A very winnable game for the Terriers at home in a dogfight. Muscuda 3-5 at Centralia 7-1. The Orphans still trying to get to 8-1 to make sure they have a home playoff game next week. And Heron 8-0, or I should say 7-1, is at Marion tonight 6-2 in the final battle of Williamson County as far as those 2 schools are concerned, because Heron dropped Marion. They picked up AJ, who Benton dropped AJ. Benton picked up Carlisle next year. So the last time that Heron and Marion will play in the Williamson County battle.
Of course, the Rangers in basically a positioning battle right now for the postseason. They're 7-1 after a big win last week against Harrisburg. Take on those aforementioned AJ Wildcats.
Man, that's a game right there for seeding. That is an important game for both teams in that one. I mean, they're both in. They're both locked into a playoff spot. However, 7-1, 6-2, and both of them riding that 4A bubble. In fact, Benton and AJ and Harrisburg and these Mount Carmel Golden Aces probably a little more entrenched in 4A right now than what they'd like to be 24 hours from the pairings. So that's an important game for playoff seeding.
Of course, the rest of the River has some interesting games as well.
Yeah, about Murfreesboro at DuQuoin. The Indians will be 6-3 going on the road next week if they can win tonight. And Murfreesboro will give them problems. DuQuoin playing with the backup quarterback and a lot of injuries, even though DuQuoin's at home. Murphy's speed on the turf may be an issue. Carterville at 4-4. They've been in the playoffs 16 straight years. Need to win that one to get to 5-4 and be considered. Playoff points are a question for the Lions. Columbia's at 5-3. They're across the way at Nashville. The Hornets out at 3-5. DuPo is at Pinckneyville. Pinckneyville 6-2. Would love to get to 7. 7-2. That way they can maybe get a home playoff game. They're at 3A right now, really solid in 3A, hoping to drop to 2A. Then Sparta is at Redbud. Sparta 0-7. Redbud's 5-3. Redbud looking to get to 6-3 in that conference from the Cahokia and make it into the 2A playoffs.
Of course, a lot of interesting games going on in the Black Diamond as well. And you take a look at Carmel White County trying to be undefeated again for the first time, I believe, since what, 04 or 05?
Yeah, back when the the brothers.
Yeah.
Kittinger brothers were running around at quarterback.
Chasing the other one.
Yeah, but they were doing very well running around doing their thing.
And, of course, Hamco hosts Chester in one that will not have any playoff contention on the line, 3-5 versus 1-7, respectively. And, of course, you have CZR Fairfield. Surprisingly, no playoff implications there. Fairfield, we had them near the top of the conference early on.
Yeah, I mean, everybody looked at them to kind of be at the top of the conference. And then CZR, surprisingly, I think, at 3-5. And then, of course, the one score we're interested in, because we'll have John Shadowman's on in the morning on the Saturday Sports Show. They host El Dorado. The Red Devils are 4-4, need a win to get in contention. Actually, if they win, they will be in the playoffs by my count point-wise. And El Dorado, 6-2, looking to get to 7-2, so they can maybe have a home game at the 3A level.
Of course, Dan Mings and his Johnson City Indians travel to Vienna tomorrow to take on the if they come up with a co-op name, or they keep it Vienna Goreville Eagles?
It's the Vienna Goreville Eagles. It was known at one point as the Vienna Co-op, which was in relevance to the Ohio State that cheats a lot, not the same Vienna does, but the Vienna, it's now Vienna Goreville Eagles.
Just the loyalty right now. It's making sure it
Just
wasn't
the loyalty,
national
yeah,
anthem.
they have to get out there first.
So many games of playoff implications going on tonight. We'll have as many scores as possible here on the air and on our Twitter at 94 Sports. So follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports, or Facebook, if you will, WMIX Sports. I probably just have the halftime scores on the Facebook as well as the finals, correct?
The Twitter will be updated continuously with updates. The Facebook will go with halftime and finals.
I've got it down. So should you. Facebook, WMIX Sports, Twitter at 94 Sports. We're glad to have you with us on WMIX online at mywithersradio.com. We've hit the top of the hour. We'll pause for station identification. This is Rams Radio.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Football on AM 940 WMIX Mount Vernon, with video streaming on mywithersradio.com, a free service from Withers Broadcasting.
That's who we are. Danny Czerwinski to my left. I'm Chris Hugo. Jeff Crow with us in the booth. Handling your video for mywithersradio.com. Jesse Clark keeping us on the air, sounding well at the studios known as the Powerhouse. So we'll have the Saturday Sports Show for you tomorrow at 8:08 until 10 o'clock, and we'll talk about a myriad topics on the Saturday Sports Show. We know we'll have Jared Shaner. We'll also have John Shadowins of the Setzer-Valier-Waltonville Woodlawn Red Devils. Maybe his team clinches a postseason or a hope of a postseason berth tonight. Of course, typically in a closed conference, most teams that finish 5-4 do get in, but we'll have to see with so many 5-4 finishers possibly after tonight. We'll have to see how that all shakes out. Of course, we'll talk to Jared Shaner tomorrow, as mentioned, John Shadowins. Rest of it really depends on what happens tonight. We may talk with Mike Richardson tomorrow about the shootout going on at Rome. Confirm that with him today. Clear out a block, maybe later in the program. Talk about that. Yeah, a lot more and more shootouts taking place with the junior highs. Even a JV junior high shootout, I believe, next week.
Yeah, and the JV junior high shootout here at Mount Vernon High School on Saturday, November 5th, which will end up the week of the Rome tournament, also starting on October 31st. But again, the junior highs, a lot of them starting to follow the high school, having a lot of shootouts, having tournaments of their own, Christmas and the like. So, it's just one of those things, monkey see, monkey do, as they say.
Exactly. And, of course, we need to honor America from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. First, Ren Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. This is Rams Football presented by Banterra Bank.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. It's amazing how versatile the Saturday Sports Show has become. What do you mean you slept in last week? Set your alarm for 8:08 this Saturday morning and tune your radio to AM 940. More Mount Vernon Rams talk, more Jefferson County talk, and more amped-up coverage of Southern Illinois sports. Hear from the best coaches, experts, and sports know-it-alls available. Sports talk worth waking up for. Saturday mornings from 8:08 till 10 a.m. on WMIX AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
Does this sound familiar? I can't stand this job. I just wish I had time to go back to school, but with work and family.
I know. I just enrolled in Rend Lake College's evening cosmetology program. They have evening classes that will even fit into your busy schedule. You can even graduate in less than 2 years. Classes are convenient to get to, and they're in Studio RLC in Mount Vernon. They even offer financial aid.
What's it like? I've been out of school so long.
It's not your typical take notes. Listen to a lecture program. We will learn the latest styles and trends in cosmetology, and it looks like we'll have fun doing it. We'll be out on the salon floor getting hands-on experience and getting to know all kinds of people. By the time we're done, we'll be ready to jump into a new career and love our job. For once.
Okay, how do I sign up?
I called 618-242-8459, but you can also check out their website at rlc.edu/studio-RLC or stop by the RLC Marketplace in Mount Vernon.
Back to the 94 Sports Mobile Studios on WMIX.
We're live for the 94 Sports Mobile Studios from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, where tonight the Mount Vernon Rams host the Mount Carmel Golden Aces in what will be a season finale here for the Rams. 1-7 on the year, playing for pride here tonight against a former foe. This series went all the way up until 1999, when Mount Carmel defeated the Rams 29-14. Of course, as I saw earlier, courtesy of some research from my boy Danny C., 4-6-3 is the all-time series, I believe, favoring the Rams.
I have favored Mount Carmel.
Oh, okay.
It's 4-6-3.
I misread that then.
Yeah, Mount Carmel.
I took that to mean Mount Vernon was 6-4.
No, that's why it says Mount Carmel is 4-6-3. Hockey record, as we like to call it. But those three ties happening many moons ago, obviously. But 4 of those wins, the 4 that Mount Carmel has come at 96, 97, 98, 99. So the Rams would be 6-4-3 if you want to reverse the numbers.
Of course, we do need to get to your Central Christian Church starting lineups. Of course, incredible things are happening at Central Christian Church in Mount Vernon. Look no further than thenewcentral.com. Watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. It's thenewcentral.com, Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. Of course, we will get to know the offense.
The offense will go with Clayton Reeves at quarterback. Leonta Badger will be the split end. The running back will be number 25, Jordan Williamson, number 30, C.J. Lloyd, and number 33, Blake Strickland. Your split end will be number 32, Jacob Williamson. Across the line will be Nick Workman, the left guard, Caleb Jones, left tackle, Corey Gibson, the center, Craig Vichy, the right guard, and Dan Morrison, the right tackle. The offensive line, all seniors playing their last game here this evening at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium.
Of course, the Mount Carmel Golden Aces is going to give the Rams something to look out for here tonight. They run an offense out of the broken bone. Of course, feature a fullback by the name of Dallas Cook. He has 749 rushing yards this season with 10 touchdowns on 109 carries. And, of course, you have Pete Condell, who has 393 yards on the year with 8 touchdowns on the ground, 163 yards through the air this year, and 3 touchdowns. And, of course, he is their kicker, converting on 33 of 36 point-after attempts. And that's not all. They boast quite a big O-line as well, and we should not be surprised.
No. And it's big, but it's not quite as big as it was last year when Mount Carmel made their run to the semifinals, yet still very potent.
Of course, we are about to get started here. The starting lineups tonight, of course, presented by Central Christian Church. Watch their Friday night services as well as their Sunday services online. thenewcentral.com. Check out the webcast as well as other amazing programming and awesome programming for children and youth. thenewcentral.com, all part of the ministries of Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski, Jeff Crow with us up in the booth, Jesse Clark back at the studio. Coming to you on WMIX, online at mywithersradio.com as we were about to get started. Mount Carmel won the coin toss. They deferred. Mount Vernon will take it. They will go from right to left as you look at your radio. The Aces will defend, of course, left to right. The Aces are in their away white uniforms with red numerics, solid gold helmets. The Rams in their black uniforms, home style, of course, back in black here tonight. White numerals trimmed in orange and black helmets with that solid white stripe going from front to back down central. Back to return the kicks will be C.J. Lloyd on the near side as well as Derek Hunter on the far. They both stand about the 2-yard line where I am told Pete Condell can put it near the goal line to start things off. It's end over end, headed towards the 5. It'll be picked up near side the hash, muffed by C.J. Lloyd. Picks it up, gets to the 10, between the hashes, pulled down at about the 12. We'll see where they get progress, but it'll be first and a heck of a lot to go for the Rams if they want to hit pay dirt on this first series.
That's a pretty good kick, good return. Once Lloyd bobbled the ball, Mount Carmel's special teams are right down there, and Mount Vernon will have to go 90 yards for a touchdown.
A chilly night here in the King City, but you know what? They call that football weather, so we are going to enjoy it here tonight as the Mount Vernon Rams look for their second win on this elderly 2011 football season as it starts to wind down. Rams football, of course, is presented by Banterra Bank. You'll hear plenty about them here as this broadcast further commences. Split to the left, it'll be Williamson. On the right, it'll be Leonte Badger. Williamson, Lloyd, and Strickland in the backfield. It'll be Jacob Williamson in motion as Reeves hands off to Strick up the middle, runs it between the hashes. Closer to the left hash, it'll be pick up maybe about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Saw that last week, too, where Mount Vernon would run Strickland up the middle, and, of course, done a very good job that entire game last week at Centralia.
Got more than what I thought he did. He actually got about 6. So it'll be a gain of 6, 2nd and 4 here for the Rams. It'll be spotted on the near hash at about the 18 in Ram territory. Split to the right, it'll be Badger again. Williamson will come to the near side. Same backs in the backfield with Reeves under center. Ready to go here with 11:20 to play in the first. No score. It'll be Lloyd in motion. Handoff will go to Strickland up the middle. Looked like maybe this time he got 2.5. It'll bring up 3rd and short. Here with 11 minutes to play in the first quarter, no score.
Now again, we talked about it in the pregame, and we'll talk about it during the game. It'll be interesting to see how Mount Carmel battles. It's a big game for Mount Carmel. You're taking on a school 2-3 classes bigger than you are to see what you can do. And Mount Vernon, being the bully on the block, bigger school, we'll see what they can do.
Of course, the starters were the Williamsons were kind of given to me backwards. It'll be Jordan Williamson split to the left with Badger split to the right. Jacob Williamson is in the backfield for the Rams with Reeves under center. Looks around, 7 on the play clock, 10:40 on the game clock here in the first quarter. It'll go right up the middle. Looks like that big line stopped it for the Aces and pushed back all the way past the 15. Will be quarterback Clayton Reeves. So 3rd and 1 will not convert. It'll bring up 4th and how many here for the Rams as we hit that 10:20 mark of this first quarter.
Yeah, that didn't go anywhere. Mount Carmel did a good job of sticking that up the middle quietly and efficiently. Mount Vernon able to get that first down, and 3rd and maybe a yard. We'll see what Mount Vernon elects to do at 1 and 7. At this point, why not, right?
Last game, can't hold anything back now.
Don't hold anything back unless 2012 you're hiding something.
4th and short here for the Rams. Same formation, split to the left and right. Maybe try to draw the Aces off sides. We will have communication with the official timeout. 9:55 to play in the opening quarter. No score. Rams on the opening drive. 4th and 1. Officials timeout called. And so we'll see what is going on here. Already some early scores to report.
Oh, yeah. Carmi's up 14-0 on El Dorado Trico. They have yet to run an offensive play. They ran the opening kick back and returned a touchdown for a pick 6. El Dorado's up 6-0 on SVWW early. Benton leads AJ on the first play from scrimmage, a 56-yard touchdown pass, 7-0. And Carterville leads early over West Frankfort, 7-0 in the first quarter.
That scoreboard update presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. If you see that red Jeep in the parking lot, stop in. Tony would love to meet with you. No score here from the King City. J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. The Mount Vernon Rams on the opening drive. So they were measuring just to verify.
That was just an extra timeout is what that was.
Should be 4th and inches.
Yeah. At this point, you're Mount Vernon. You can't get a yard. It's, again, 1 and 7, week 9, got nothing to lose, senior night. You're out here to play for free, basically.
And to try to disrupt somebody else's seating if you can. Play the role as spoiler. Rams will come out to go for it here on 4th and 1. All the way back on their own 21-yard line here against the big Aces defensive line. Wingbacks will be C.J. Lloyd and Jacob Williamson. Tailback will be Blake Strickland with Reeves under center. Jordan Williamson split left with Leonte Badger on the right. Aces may smell fear up there.
Well, Mount Vernon's going to be content to run the clock down under 10. For those of you late arrivals here trying to get the game, missing out on a big play early on.
And it'll be a sweep up that right side for Williamson. Had a man in his way on the block. He does not have the distance. And that'll be a turnover on downs for the Rams. Lloyd went on a sweep to the right, ran into his own man trying to get the block, couldn't go anywhere, and so it'll be Aces first down.
He did too much dancing in the backfield. I mean, way too much dancing in the backfield there. He could have turned it up a couple of times just inside the line and just outside the line to get yardage. Spent too much time dancing around in the backfield, and that allowed Mount Carmel to come right on in and make the tackle and throw him for a loss.
So with 9:27 to go here in the first quarter, no score, and Aces have the football deep in Ram territory just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel. Ram football presented by Banterra Bank. Banterra's online banking is convenient, efficient, and best of all safe. Their security is your best defense. Banterra Bank. Banking with local style, member FDIC. First play from the Aces will go up that left side. A big run there by number. Thought it might have been Dallas Cook.
I believe it was Nathan Wagner, the way it looked, number 6.
There we go. Having some trouble reading the jersey. So it was Wagner up that left side, and a great run there as he ran for 11. Up that left side to bring up 1st and 10 just outside the 10 for the Golden Aces. So just like that, the Aces threatening early with 9:20 to play here in the opening quarter. No score, but the Aces looking to change that early in this first quarter. So a couple of wingback split left for the Aces with Cook in the backfield. Wagner will go in motion. It's going to be a hand up the middle. Looked like maybe a fumble by Cook. Rams were on top of it from our vantage point, but we shall see once they peel the jerseys off. Peel them off of the pile. Leonte Badger says the Rams have it, but I'm waiting to see what the white hat pronounces. It is a fumble on the Aces, so it'll be Ram football at about the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 to go, so Rams turn it over on downs. Aces turn it over via the fumble with 8:47 to play in the opening quarter. Still no score. But this one became interesting in a hurry.
Wow, what you can do worse, we can do worse better. Mount Vernon couldn't get the first down. Instead, now we'll start at the 10. They'll start their own 9, a change of 1 yard, and that's a big play. Mount Vernon gets it back and see if we can run the ball again. And I think the fact will be power football, Chris. If you go side to side with this Mount Carmel team, the linebackers are going to be able to chase.
So the Rams will go split left and right. Jordan Williamson will be on the left with Badger on the right. A couple of wingbacks, Travis Mitchell and C.J. Lloyd with Mitchell in motion. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Strick can't get much out of it. He is shy of the 10. Might be a no-gainer, 2nd and 10. Reeves will come over to the sideline to get instruction from Jared Shaner here. 8:30 to play in the first. If you're just joining us, no score. Rams turned it over on downs on their opening drive at their own 21-yard line. Aces get an 11-yard run from scrimmage from Wagner and then fumble the football. So the Rams have it now 2nd and 10 from their own 9 as we'll drop below the 8-minute mark on this play. As the Rams will send Williamson left, Badger right. Reeves under center. Line ready to go. We'll see what the Rams go with here with Mitchell in motion. It's going to be to Strick again. He'll run right up the middle. Got more yards than he probably should have. Pushed ahead on the tackle by number 22, Sam Wampler. And so that's a gain of maybe 8.
Yeah, that's a big run. And Mount Vernon's been successful last week, especially in the weeks preceding, running that ball up the middle. Very interesting to see what they do. I think if you keep running the football like you're doing and not spend a lot of time dancing around the backfield, use your big offensive line. It's seniors. They're going to want to prove something on the way out. Run behind them for a while.
Worked well against the Orphans. We'll see how it works tonight against the Aces. We drop below the 7:50 mark of the first quarter. No score. As it'll be the same personnel for the Rams. 2 wingbacks on this left side. Lloyd will go in motion. It'll be a pitch on the left side for Blake Strickland. Looked like he had the yardage, but he was pushed back as he hit about the 19. So we'll see if they get forward progress on a spot. This Aces defense, everything everybody said it would be and more.
It's fast. And last year was a bigger defense. This year it's fast as Strickland loses a few yards there. And now 4th down in the same spot again. This time Mount Vernon looks to be punting.
Punting will be Clayton Reeves. Of course, Thomas Weber out there as well. They're waiting for Jacoby Marshall. We'll see if there's some trickery here or not. Weber, of course, 2nd-string quarterback. Reeves back to punt. It will be a punt. Here it comes. Over that left side. There to get about the 35 for the Aces is number 38, Levi Laws. He is at the 40. Spins around, comes back to the 45. There's a couple of hands on him. Looks like the initial contact was made by number 66. I thought that was Caleb Jones out there.
Well, he's pretty slick.
To get the hand on him.
He's kept spinning around back there at the 48, and the wall would never form to allow him to run behind, and he did a pretty good job of dancing around and avoiding a few people then.
So first and 10 from the Aces. First and 10 for the Aces on the Ram 49. So in Ram territory to start still, but all in all, that could have been much worse if he would have just kept chucking up. Instead, he stopped and tried to spin and got pushed back further. So the Aces will have decent field position. The 6:50 mark of this first quarter. Still no score. Wingback set here for the Aces with Wagner in motion. It'll go right up the middle along that near hash down to about the 42. It'll be a gain of 7 for the Aces.
Number 41.
That was Alex Kiefer, I thought.
Kiefer named synonymous with Mount Carmel over the years.
Unfortunately, I was looking to see if the 1 was there or not, or if it was number 4, Pete Condell. So 6:28 to play in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd and 3 here for the Aces. Ball spotted near the near hash. See if they go with here. Split to the right. It'll be Jacob Jackson. Everybody else will be near the line with the lone back here. Out of this broken bone. Wagner in motion again. It'll be a handoff to Keeper. Runs off tackle off that left side. Has first down yardage between the hashes. Gets down to about the 38. It'll be a gain of 4 to bring up 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel. And that is a second first down of this ballgame. Hard to believe with 3 series.
Yeah, 3 series there. And
now the 4th. 5:59 to play in the opening quarter. Of course, Rams football, as always, presented by Banterra Bank. We'll tell you more about the official voice of the Rams throughout the broadcast. 5:50 to play, opening quarter. Again, if you're just joining us, no score for J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. That could change. In motion, it'll be Condell. It's going to be a handoff to Wagner coming around on a sweep, left side. Got maybe about 8 on the plays. He went between the hashes near the 30, so about 7 as it's spotted at the 31. It'll be 2nd and 3 here for Mount Carmel. Haven't seen this one in about 12 years, as the last time these two teams met was 1999. These two teams couldn't seem to get together a few years ago. I was hoping they would, especially in 06. Mount Carmel had that team that was destined for a bright future and then had a disappointing loss against Mascoutah on the road. Back to pass, the quarterback, Sheldon, looking on that near side, has Wagner just out of his grasp near the 2 on the near side. So rolled back to that right side to pass, falls incomplete to bring up 3rd and 3 with 5:05 to play here in the first quarter.
Yep, fell incomplete, and again, he was there. He was behind the defender, but the pass was overthrown.
So 3rd and 3, 5:05 to play. No score here in the opening quarter. Ball is on the 31-yard line between the hashes. Mount Carmel looking to strike. It'll be Jackson split to the right. Everybody else on the line with a lone back in the backfield. Wagner in motion. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, maybe a broken play.
I think you're right. I don't think it was anything but a broken play, and Hannah had to eat that football, and that's something quarterbacks don't like to turn around and see when they look for somebody to hand off to, and they're not there.
So Hannah was hit by a wall at about the 35. We'll see where the spot goes. It'll be 4th down for Mount Carmel. Of course, Pete Condell listed as a running back, also a kicker for the Aces. Again, they are 7-1 on the year, looking to finish the season 8-1. Lone loss is back in week 1 to the Harrisburg Bulldogs by a score of 26-15. I believe that was at the pit. Jacob Jackson split right again, the 5'5", 130-pound wideout. It'll go left side to number 6, Wagner, as he breaks up that left side. Gets first down yardage, pulled down finally around the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Aces. Yep. A great play there. Had the Rams bought on a fake and went the wrong way.
Yeah, and the Rams, again, they got to be a little more disciplined defensively, and didn't do it that time, kind of let it ride and didn't stay in their lanes, and Wagner was able to get that first down.
Doesn't seem like the same Ram bunch we saw against the Centralia Orchids a week ago. Of course, that was rivalry week.
Yeah, and I wondered if that would be the case. When you go from a rival to playing somebody that you haven't played in 10, 12 years, it's a little hard to get up back-to-back weeks with that much emotion.
Condell in motion. Hannah will give it off to that right side, up the middle for Kiefer. Breaks away from a tackle at about the 10-5, touchdown Aces on a 20-yard run by number 41, Alex Kiefer. The 5'10", 175-pound senior busted up the gut. Broke a tackle about the 10, chugged 10 more yards to get the first score of the ball game, and with 3:50 to play in the first, it's 6-0 Mount Carmel.
Yep, easy play, busted a couple tackles, and at this stage of the season, you're going to find out tackling if you want to get in there or not. Mount Vernon that time didn't do a very good job of wrapping, and thus Mount Carmel is taking a lead here early on.
And Condell on to kick the PAT. It'll split the upright. No, I thought it curved just inside. It looked like it split initially, but it started to curve towards the end of that one. So with some English on it, and it's 6-0 Aces here as they miss the PAT. 3:50 to play in the opening quarter, Danny. Really when you kind of take a look at things, could have been much worse than that if Mount Carmel was able to convert on their first drive.
Yeah, and again, it could be 2 touchdown difference, but it's one of those things where Mount Carmel did not take advantage. They fumbled the ball, and it could be 2 touchdowns, so Mount Vernon's got to feel lucky to be down only 6. And again, having the football back, maybe with better field position, hopefully.
Well, we will find out. Plenty of scores will be rolling in throughout the night here on WMIX. We'll have plenty of scoreboard updates for you, but first, my curiosity rolls to the Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game. Who will it be? Really, nobody stood out thus far. But throughout the night, we'll tell you that award is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland, where great traditions aren't given. They are earned through hard work and commitment. That's just what they believe in. Community First Bank, proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. A great tradition. 3:50 to play here in the first. Back to get it for the Rams. It'll be on the right side, Derek Hunter. On the left, it's C.J. Lloyd. It'll bounce to the feet of Lloyd. Now goes back all the way to the 2 where Hunter picks it up. Swings to that near side. Breaks for it at the 10, 15. Will he get a block at the 20? Stays in bounds at the 30. Tries to spin back at the 35. Pulled down at about the 36. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. 3:39 to play in the opening quarter. Rams get a nice run on what could have been a muff return there for the Orange and Black. It'll be a 34-yard return for Derek Hunter. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Orange and Black. Down 6-0 here in the opening quarter. Glad to have you with us on WMIX, online at mywithersradio.com as we near the bottom of the hour. And so we shall see how things end up. Ball will be spotted on the near hash. And the Rams have decent field position, given how that could have ended up with it almost muffed at the feet of Lloyd at about the 6. Bounced back to the 2 where Hunter picked it up and made a few good moves to make something happen. All right, 3:39 to go here in the opening quarter. And, of course, split to the left, it'll be Williamson. On the right, it'll be Badger. Couple of wing backs with your fullback, Blake Strickland. Reeves is under center, and he's looking to quickly pass. Finds Badger, coming around on an early slant. Breaks a couple of tackles, gets to midfield, where he will have a 14-yard completion. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams as they move the chains, and that is their first down of this contest.
Yes, it is, and Badger and Reeves have hooked up quite nicely here lately, especially last week. The Rams were the first down, their first one of the game, and moved the chains to the 50-yard line. Not quite Mount Carmel territory, but again, have to have a little spring in the step, as you mentioned, just because the fact that they could be down 2 touchdowns when Mount Carmel fumbled that ball.
It's all about perspective at this point as we wind down that first quarter clock. Split to left, Williamson. On the right, it'll be Badger. Same backs out there for the Orange and Black. Reeves is under center, now standing up with 10 on the play clock, 3:16 to go on the game clock here. Late first quarter action, early in the ball game. It'll be handoff up the middle. Strickland gets down to about the 45 on the far hash, gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd and nickel here for the Rams.
I'm amazed how much that play has gained in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Just up the middle dive, right off tackle, and the 1-hole or the 2-hole. And nothing there in the A-gap for the defensive side. Just amazing to me that nobody stopped that play in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
I think the personnel helps.
Well, that too. Big offensive line will do that too.
That and the kid's a beast.
Yeah.
Not to mention your senior front 5. 2:40 to play here in the opening quarter. Rams trail 6-0. They're in Mount Carmel territory for the first time tonight. 2nd and 5 for the Aces. 45 rather. Wishful thinking. As we approach the 2:30 mark with Lloyd in motion. Reeves is going to roll that left side to pass. Looking for a little soft pass here at about the 45. Falls incomplete, intended for Blake Strickland. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Rams football course presented by Banterra Bank. Don't get a flag in an embarrassing situation. Make sure you've opted in your debit card for overdraft purchases. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. So 2:29 is where the clock freezes on that. Rams trailing 6-0. It'll be 3rd and 5 on the Aces, 45 for the Rams. We'll see what they come back with here on 3rd down on a chilly Friday night in the King City.
2-down territory. Interesting set here for the Rams.
It is. Double wingback set. Split left and right. It'll be Travis Mitchell in motion, but who else but Blake Strickland up that far hash. Got pushed back by a wall. Forward progress took him to about the 43. Gain of 2 at best, depending upon the spot. It'll be 4th and short for the Rams.
Yeah, that was snuffed out a little bit. Mount Carmel may be getting used to that. Now you got the defense in the middle of the field a little bit now. Maybe Mount Vernon can do some things to the outside.
So we'll see what happens here. We'll drop below the 2-minute mark of this first quarter. This one has progressed rather quickly, given the fact that it's senior night.
Both teams running the football more than not, and
that'll happen.
Well, that'll happen. Clock will run.
Blake Strickland off of a 250-yard night at Centralia a week ago. And so we will see A kid who I was told was out for the year, Doug Gardner.
Miracle.
Huh. Well, it depends on who I get my information from.
That can be discussed later.
That can. And, of course, we will have a whistle by the side judge. Apparently the Rams won a timeout. This timeout's presented by Ford Square. Fuel economy has been redefined with the all-new 2011 Ford Fiesta with up to 40 miles per gallon highway. It's a pretty big deal. Ford Square, where the best never rest. 6-0 is your score here. Aces on top. Rams have 4th down and about 3 to go at the 1:33 mark of this first quarter, but others have a lot more offense in their game.
I'm telling you what,
scores.
It is a crazy night here already in Southern Illinois. Mount Carmel is up 29-0 in the first quarter on El Dorado Trico. CZR and Fairfield, they're scoreless.
Carmi?
Yeah. Then El Dorado leads Cesar-Valera Waltonville 6-0. Carbondale at the end of one leads Harrisburg 7-0. Herons over Marion 14-0 in the first. Benton and AJ have 28 points scored in the first quarter. They're knotted at 14. DuQuoin leads Murfreesboro in the first 12-7. Carterville over Frankfurt 7-0 in the first. Columbia over Nashville 7-0 in the first. And Pinckneyville leads DuPo 6-0 at the end of one.
What did you have for Cesar El Dorado?
6-0 Eagles.
16-14 Cesar with 13.9 seconds to go. I'm assuming that's first. Yes, that is first quarter.
16-14?
Yes.
See, somebody is slow.
That is interesting. That scoreboard update, however, interesting, brought to you by Tony Wild as Reeves looking for a quick fade down that far sideline. Badger can't catch up with it. He's wanting a flag, won't get it. And so that should turn it over on downs.
Yep, Mount Vernon with the first time they've turned it over on downs. Second time.
And so that, my friends,
moves on.
That scoreboard update was brought to you by Tony Wilt. For all of your insurance financial service needs, call Tony Wilt, your local State Farm agent. You can find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or in person. You can visit him if you see that red Jeep in the parking lot, 42nd Street, South Water Tower Place, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Aces with the football now, 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line with about 90 seconds to go in this opening quarter. You can follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports. That's where you'll find our updates throughout the game. It's going to be a handoff coming up that left side. Great play there by the fullback, Dallas Cook, as he runs kind of a sweep up that right side. Gain of about 8 should bring up 2nd and 2. Unless they give a better spot than what I saw.
They got first down.
Woo. So an 11-yard run
paper
at the 46.
Pretty real.
Ish.
Yeah, there's my score finally.
There we go.
Somebody's slow on the trigger, but my source there has a lot to do.
And here we go. 1:15 to play, opening quarter. 6-0 Aces looking to threaten again before the conclusion of this quarter. Cook is the fullback with a couple of wingbacks, one of them being Condell. It's going to be a handoff up that left side. There goes number 6, Wagner again. Along that near hash where he's pretty sneaky. He'll line up as a wingback, then come around behind the fullback, Cook, to come right up the middle. Got about 7 on that as he gets to the 40. It'll be, 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Yep. Mount Carmel run the ball with ease. And again, they have a big offensive line. And maybe not as skilled as they were last year, but doing a pretty good job right now so far against this big Mount Vernon front.
A lot of guys can run that football for these Golden Aces. Now I see what some of them may have been talking about as we hit the 25-second mark. Flag on the play.
Oh.
False start on the offense.
Has to be. Yep.
Because they panicked because they saw that play clock get to about 3.
They only panicked, but they also had 2 backs in motion. The one guy coming around for the jet sweep was in motion well before the play started. And another guy was starting on the other side, so that's a 5-yard penalty, first of the game.
25.4 ticks on the first quarter clock. That'll move it back 5 yards. Remains 2nd down. 2nd and 9 now for Mount Carmel. We'll see what they do after the first penalty of the game. Rams football, of course, is presented by Banterra Bank. With Banterra cell phone banking, you can check your accounts online from half court. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. Split to the right this time, it'll be Alex Kiefer. Nobody on the left, couple of wingbacks. It'll be Wagner, Condell. In motion will be Wagner. Cook, your fullback. It'll go to Cook. He'll go up that left side. Busted through the line, but I think Leonte Badger has a handle on him, or did. And as the first quarter clock comes to a close, that could be about an 11-yard gain for Dallas Cook. Not to be confused with Dallas Clark.
Easy.
I about called him Dallas Clark a couple of times.
That's quite all right. Understandable.
So, a nice spot on that one as they'll give it to him all the way down to 36. So a big game there for the Aces. And as we come back, it'll be 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel. After one, they lead 6-0. This is Rams football presented by Banterra Bank.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depend on your hometown professional. Pekin Insurance.
Mount Vernon Rams Football on your radio at AM 940 WMIX Mount Vernon and worldwide with audio and video at mywithersradio.com. Free services from Withers Broadcasting.
And welcome back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. We're at the end of one. The Mount Carmel Golden Aces have a 6-0 lead over the Mount Vernon Rams. Aces with the football on the Ram 35. 1st and 10 will be up that left side. Again, off tackle for the Aces. Looked like that time Dallas Cook again. Maybe a gain of about 4. So they use him a lot on the ground. Of course, their fullback. 11:42 to play in this first half. 6-0 Mount Carmel. Of course, Rams football, as we've mentioned time and time again, presented by Banterra Bank. Score a TD with a CD. Check out Banterra's interest rates on deposit products. Banterra Bank, banking with local style. Member FDIC. Rams fans, don't forget the Rams football banquet, Thursday, November the 3rd. Doors will open at 6. Dinner served at 6:30. Of course, you can buy a ticket in advance for $17.50. Up that left side, there goes Pete Condell on a sweep. Wow. Makes it for the far corner. Wow, that broke out from a stop there at about the 30, maybe the 28, and runs at 31 yards for pay dirt on that far corner to make it 12-0 Mount Carmel.
He is quite speedy. He turned that corner, there was nobody going to catch him, and didn't need a caravan with him. He just took off and went. Very impressive.
Wrong Mount Carmel. Caravan or up north?
No, I'm talking about a caravan in front of him blocking.
11. I don't know why I'm so amused by that. 11:15 to play in the first half. 12-0 Aces. Point after pending. As Cook apparently will handle. No, they're going to go for 2. Dummy.
Yep.
Hannah's under center. Handoff goes to Cook up that right side. Makes it in off tackle. It'll be 14-0 Aces as they even up the PATs. And with 11:15 to play, it's a 2-touchdown lead for Mount Carmel. Plenty of scoreboard updates coming your way at the half. Of course, we'll have our Second Chance Auto halftime show, our Heartland Accounting halftime stats, and your Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update. Not a bad halftime show lined up for you here on senior night from Mount Vernon, where the Rams trail the Aces 14-0. However, silver lining, as I always say, is they get the ball back. Looks like you are feverishly working on some scoreboard updates in addition to some other things.
Everything's rolling all at once.
How many? We have most scores, don't we?
Yeah.
Except for one that we should have, and I'm surprised we don't.
Okay. Well, I've got all kinds right now. Carbondale leads Harrisburg at the end of 1-7-0. Centralia up on Mascoutah 16-6 in the first. And Heron leads Marion 21-7. That is at the end of the first quarter.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Those scores and more on Twitter at 94 Sports. Follow us, please. And now back to return. It'll be Lloyd Farr, Hunter Near. Both will be about the 10, maybe the 5. Now they keep backing up. It'll be close to the goal line. Good leg here from Pete Condell, the 6'1 senior. Here it comes. Booming kick sailing towards C.J. Lloyd on the far side. Can't come up with the bullet. Picks it up at about the 5. Looking to come near hash. Between the hashes now at about the 15. Shy of the 20. Pulled down 17. It'll be a gain of about 16 for Mr. Lloyd. Or a return of about 16, I should say. 11:08 to go here in the first half. And the Rams looking for their first offense of the game here. Give a lot of credit to the Mount Carmel defense. That line is huge. The linebackers are quick.
And bend and don't break. That's their motto in this one. They've let Mount Vernon run a little bit, but have not been able to get out and get a touchdown.
Badger will come to the right side. Mr. Williamson, Jordan Williamson, will be split to the left with Travis Mitchell as your right wing back. Your left wing back, C.J. Lloyd. Full back will be Blake Strickland. Reeves under center. Here we go with Lloyd in motion. It'll be a handoff up the middle. Blake Strickland dives at about the 20. Falls about the 21. It'll be a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 for the Orange and Black.
Actually, Mount Vernon's going to stretch the field a little bit. Maybe get some quick slants into the flat, something to stretch his defense.
Of course, if you want to go to that football banquet I was telling you about, $17.50 if you pay in advance, $20 payable at the door. Of course, they would appreciate RSVP if possible by Halloween. Call Tom Jackson at 242-8158 or send an email to gridiron@mvt. Not a good day for Hugo. Gridiron@mtvrams.com.
Got a speech therapist I can help you.
Yeah.
A couple of them I know.
I need it tonight. Here it's going to be a little bit of trouble. Fumble on the handoff. It was going to C.J. Lloyd on a sweep up that right side. Behind the 20 at about the 18, maybe the 17. And the Aces recover it. Looked like the Rams had it, but the Aces recover, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel as they get that fumble back.
Yeah, and that's the 3rd turnover on Mount Vernon already in this game, and this has been an issue for Mount Vernon this year. Fumbles, interceptions, and turning it over on downs, allowing teams to have good field position, and they will start Mount Carmel. This is their 4th time they've had the football, and they've started inside the Mount Vernon 20 twice already.
Interesting one indeed here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. 10-12 to play in the first half. Aces already with a 14-0 lead and looking to add some to it. 1st and 10 from the Ram 18. Aces will send Condell in motion up the right side. Handoff will go to Cook, looking to bust up that right hash between the tackles now at about the 10. Gain of possibly 8. That Aces train just keeps going. Dallas Cook. Your lead me to believe there's some interesting things going on outside in Southern Illinois.
Interesting report from a game where it had a kickoff and there's no wind this evening, and the kicker ran forward and flat missed it. Wasn't an onside kick, wasn't anything. Flat missed the football.
That's what we call distraction.
That's what we call distraction and or not paying attention.
Chilly night here in Mount Vernon, about 46 degrees in the King City. 9:30 to play in the second quarter. Aces are going to send it up that left side again.
Hey,
go with what works. They're inside the 10, down at about the 8. Maybe a first down yardage there, I thought, by Dallas Cook.
Yeah, Mr. Cook is warming up. 6 carries already, and he is well over, getting close to 50 yards.
We had a Centralia Mascuda update yet?
16-6 Orphans in the first quarter.
I missed it. I'm sorry. I was probably still talking in my head. We'll drop below the 9-minute mark here in the first half. 14-0, Aces on top. Looking pretty good.
Well, yeah, and they've been helped by 3 Mount Vernon turnovers. They haven't done anything fancy or special. I mean, this is basic hard-nosed football for Mount Carmel here this evening.
Not the team that we saw in 06, I can tell you that. Or I saw. You didn't. You weren't there. My bad. It goes up that right side to Cook this time. Shy of the goal line. We'll see if he was across the plane, maybe at about the 1. It's a gain of about 7 for Dallas Cook.
I did see the 06 team, but a previous round before you did, actually.
Where'd you see him?
Over at Mount Carmel. Is that the year that they battled Heron and all that, maybe in the first couple rounds?
How did you see him? You had a game of your own to do. You were following Johnson City that year on cue.
Did I not see them? I saw them at Mount Carmel play Heron once.
That's the following
Johnson
year?
City.
I think that was 07.
Johnson City. I've seen everything on Mount Carmel.
That was 07, I think. Here it comes. It'll be up, off tackle. Aces look like they're in. Is that Cook again? And Cook picks up another touchdown. This time it's of the 1-yard variety, and it's 20-0 Aces.
Pretty easy, Chris. Just walk up, line up, smash mouth football. Kiefer, Condell, and Cook, the gang scoring tonight.
Alliteration Alley.
You betcha.
As we wait the point after with Condell on to kick. 8:10 to play in the second quarter. Interestingly enough, this has become a pretty interesting affair, as the Rams will be offside here on the PAT. So it'll be spotted on the 1, and the Aces will get another chance, even though they didn't take their first chance. That being said, looking for Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game. Who will it be tonight? Support your Mount Vernon Rams with a Ram debit card from Community First Bank. Community First Bank is the only bank with debit cards tied to the Rams, with a portion of the revenue going to the Mount Vernon High School. Do you go for 2 here now that you're a yard closer? That's my question for you. And apparently that's what they're going to do.
You got to. I mean, if you're kicking games from giving you trouble all year, you got to do something different.
Of course, they looking to pass here on that near side. Wide open in the back corner was Jordan Sherman. Sheldon Hanna connects, and it'll be 22-0 Aces. Huh. I may have to eat some crow.
As in?
Not that one. As in, yeah, 22-0 is your score here as we head to the midway point of this second quarter. 8:10 to play. Rams get the ball back here on the kickoff.
Wow, that's a big one.
What's a big one?
Greenville all with Randalia 27-6.
Ooh,
that's
big in the
score.
SCC.
Yeah.
That's SCC. Ooh. A little chilly here tonight. I'm liking it. Of course, tomorrow, some football action going on down at Vienna. The Johnson City Indians in action at 1 o'clock tomorrow against Vienna Goreville Eagles. Condell on to kick. Back to return for the Rams will be Mitchell Farr. Hunter near. Travis stepped back into the goal line as he had it about the 2, but took that extra step. And it'll be a touchback. 1st and 10 for the Rams at their own 20. With 8:09 to play in the half, and maybe a chance to make something happen and get some momentum. Of course, the Aces will have the football to start the second half.
Playoff streaks in jeopardy everywhere, folks. The real long ones in jeopardy.
Really?
Early. Yep. They're trailing right now.
They have not enough playoff points?
No.
Ouch.
Don't believe.
Yikes. Of course, if you have no idea what we're talking about, we'll tell you on the scoreboard update coming up here in just a while. 8:09 to play. Second quarter action. Rams have it 1st and 10 on their own 20. 8:09 again to play here in this second quarter. It's a 22-0 Mount Carmel lead. In motion will be C.J. Lloyd coming up a sweep off that near side. Gets to the 20. Breaks through a seam, but falling on him, his own man at about the 22-yard line, where it'll be a long gain of 2 to bring up 2nd and 7.5. Interesting.
Needs something to get going. I mean, Mount Vernon's ran up to middle several times, getting things rolling, but you're going to have to do some different stuff. You're going to stretch the field a little bit, maybe do something different just to kind of get Mount Carmel out of the box. You know, they got 11 guys within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
So split to the left side. Williamson on the right. It'll be Badger. Reeves under center with Mitchell in motion. Handoff will go up the middle to Blake Strickland. He's just inside the near hash. It'll cross the 25 down to about the 26. Gain of 3 will bring up 3rd and 4. Getting some good blocks up front. Just can't make a lot happen with them because the Aces linebackers are that fast. So they can win the battle up front all you want. But when those linebackers are that quick to clear up, to close all the seams, there's not much you're going to be able to do up the gut. 3rd and 3 now for the Rams on their own 28. We'll drop below the 7-minute mark. Lloyd in motion again. It's going to be Blake again up the near hash. Did he have enough as he rolled past the 20 down to about the 33? 30 down to the 33, sorry. From my horrible vantage point, looks like he has enough. And boy, oh boy, the Rams have a first down with 6:52 to play. Here in this second quarter, down 22-0. Boom. That's first down number 2, baby.
Well, that's first down number 2 Mount Vernon's got. One in each quarter right now.
What's second quarter color tonight? Purple? Looks that way.
Yeah.
I didn't know if the color of the exterior matched the ink.
No.
It'll be a sweep coming up that near side for Travis Mitchell. Get some nice yardage on that as he falls shy of about the 38. It'll be a gain of 6, 2nd and 4 here for the Rams as they're looking to keep it going on the ground. And they can use any momentum they can get.
And now, you know, moving the ball a little bit better. You're going to, again, side to side a little bit. May have to get Badger involved. May have to get something going. And again, that's the thing for Mount Vernon. Nothing to lose here tonight. Throw some things out of the bag as you go.
They're going to bring Badger in on the right side with Mitchell in motion. I have a feeling. Nope, it's going to be Lloyd in motion. I was wrong. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, though, for Blake Strickland. As he came up the near hash, we have a man down. Looks like he got stepped on, and that man, of course, being number 67, the center, Corey Gibson. It's a rough position to be in at times.
Yes, it is.
Not a lot of respect either to be on the O-line.
No, they don't.
And I haven't given him nearly enough. Of course, Nick Workman, a senior, got a start tonight. Caleb Jones, Corey Gibson, Craig Vishy, and Daniel Morrison have done a fine job on the line here this season, in addition to a couple other young men. Justin Armstrong's gotten some starts on the line. This predominantly senior line for the Rams. 5:15 to play in the first half. Lloyd in motion. We'll have a flag on the play. The play clock was at 0. Either way, it's against the Rams, and it will be a false start. Basically, illegal motion. It had Lloyd not kind of stutter-stepped and leaned, as you said.
Yep.
I have a feeling they get away with it. So it'll be from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7-ish. 5:13 to play in this first half. Still 22-0 Golden Aces.
Yeah, it's an interesting evening in high school football. Very interesting.
We'll tell you how interested here in a bit. But first, Winning Edge can customize just about any activewear, like a t-shirt or a bag, for the team, organization, or just for you. If you don't believe me, check them out, winningedgeusa.com. More after this. Reeves looking to his right side, has Badger nearly picked off by Dallas Cook, coming over the top. So Winning Edge, if you don't believe me, visit them online, winningedgeusa.com. Quality service and fast turnaround since 1977. That's Winning Edge.
Reeves rolling to his right, looking down the left, this sideline here, the Mount Vernon sideline. He didn't see linebacker cutting under the pattern. He saw the corner covering Badger. Linebacker read the route cut underneath and almost had an interception going the other way.
And the Rams may be relegated to punt here, but always skeptical. 4th and 7 with 4:47 to go in this second quarter. Still 22-0 Mount Carmel, and it appears as if we may have a timeout. Timeout Aces. This timeout is presented by Ford Square and King City Chrysler of Mount Vernon, where the best never rest. The 2012 Fusion Hybrid can get up to 41 miles per gallon highway. Talk about value. Ford Square speaks it. Why don't we get in a quick scoreboard update?
All right, let's go through it. Carbondale leads Harrisburg 14-0 in the second quarter. Centralia over Massacuda 16-6 in the first. Heron leads Marion 10-1, 21-7. Benton leads AJ 28-21 mid-second quarter. DuQuoin now lead over Murphy in the second, 19-13. Carterville leads Frankfort 7-0 in the first. Columbia over Nashville 17-0 in the second, and Pinckneyville leads DuPont 6-0 at the end of one. Carmi over the end of one over Eldorado Trico 29-0. Fairfield over CZR 8-0 in the second. SVWW over El Dorado at the end of 1, 16-14.
Temperatures dropped all the way to 43 degrees on a chilly night from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium as the Rams look to punt. It'll be Clayton Reeves. It'll be Mr. Kiefer on to return for the Aces. Gets it about the 34, pulled down at about the 38.
That's a great tackle, Mr. Hugo, by number 70, Craig Vishy, running down there. He made a great tackle, what you want to see. Technique, squared up, grabbed, wrapped, and threw to the ground. Great job.
Of course, you have to hit hard if you're going to wear that number 70. For many years, it was Lucas Hurst. Now Craig Vishy picking up the slack. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Aces from their own 39 as they look to score one more time before the end of this first half. 4:36 to play in the first half, 22-0. The boys from the former NEC. Now the Big 8 Conference out of Indiana, listed as independent by the IHSA because of that. Word that they're still trying to get themselves in an Illinois Conference if they can. Man in motion, of course, will be Condell. Back to pass is Hanna, looking down that right side. Has Condell wide open at about the 35, down to the 30, far sideline 30, cuts back near side, inside the 10, 5, touchdown, no flags. 61-yard touchdown completion through the air from Hanna to Condell, and the Aces lead this one 28-0.
Didn't take long there. Condell with a 61-yard touchdown pass. Once Condell gets it, you're not catching him. Hanna to Condell. And Mount Carmel struggled early, shook off that bus ride, and they're up big here in the second now.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Wonder if they came 64 or 15.
I would say.
You would think 64, but
I would think 64 across and probably came up. And
but
like
I'm a glutton
this.
for punishment, so I would have gone 15.
Yeah.
4:25 to play, of course, as we await the PAT. It's good from here, and it'll be 29-0 Aces. That did not take long, so they did get that score across before the end of the half. Rams get the football back down 29-0, with 4:25 to go here in the second quarter. Yikes.
Yep, yikes is right.
Second Chance Auto halftime show coming your way here in just a bit. We'll also have the halftime stats calculated by Heartland Accounting. So I know you're working feverishly to give us a very comprehensive State Farm scoreboard in the halftime show.
Oh, yeah. Tony Wilt gets his money's worth with me. I try my best to get scores from everywhere.
We'll keep working throughout the night, of course, to get you plenty of scores and everything that you could have ever bargained for.
If I wouldn't be pressured by Mr. Crow about how fast I put scores up, I'd be all right.
Had I not started that gag, week 4, you'd have never had to worry about it.
Well, he's been on it ever since.
Well, he needs to be. Somebody's got to keep you in line over there.
May as well.
Exactly.
Ooh, that don't help.
Boom, here we go. It'll be a kickoff by Condell. Back to return. It'll be Travis Mitchell at the 11. Grabs it near Hash. Looking to cut back. Now comes back near side to 20, 25, 30. Has the kicker to beat. Can he beat Condell at 45? Pushed out of bounds to 48. It'll be pretty good field position at the Rams on their own 48-yard line. Good run there by Travis Mitchell.
Yeah, good run. Got to the outside. Got the wall sealed off. And he was able to run up almost to the 50-yard line. And Mount Vernon with some good field position to start this particular drive. And it'd be nice heading into the halftime locker, get a touchdown because, of course, Mount Carmel gets the ball to start the second half.
And we shall see what goes down here. Rams down 29-0. 4:16 to play in the first half. Aces have controlled much of the tempo. Split to the right, Jordan Williamson. It'll be Mr. Lloyd in motion. Sweep up the near side. Doesn't get anything for his trouble. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Rams.
Nope, nothing there. This defense for Mount Carmel is pretty darn good.
So they're late in the second quarter. Marshall leads Robinson 28-21.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a future LIC battle.
Uh-huh.
Not quite an LIC battle yet, but it will be. As that Apollo almost tore up. 3:40 to play in the half. Rams have it 2nd and 10 from their own 48. Split left and right. It'll be a handoff. Travis Mitchell brought down into the backfield. Loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. So Travis Mitchell was going to go right up the gut, and he was at a size disadvantage from the get-go.
Yeah, couldn't get in there. That's running in some tall timber in there, and he can't get in there and get anything going.
Word on the street is Casey Westfield has a 2-0 lead over Cumberland.
Yep.
With 2 minutes to go in the first half.
That is what it is.
I'm getting in on my back of my roots of the scoreboard updates here, my friend.
Oh.
You remember those days?
I'm telling you what.
Who would have thought 5 years ago we'd be where we are now?
Wow. It's amazing how times have changed.
Back in the days when I had to use 3 radios, 2 cell phones.
Yeah, and
I just and now we just rely on text messages.
Yeah.
Actually, that was 7 years ago. Reeves rolling to his right side, looking downfield, past the line of scrimmage, got to keep it to himself as he passes midfield, looking to cut back to the hash, gets down 47. It'll be a gain of about 5 out of all that. It'll be fourth and 5. Woo-wee.
Woo-wee is right. There's hey, boy, if you had to overrun a lot of games tonight, you're going to win a lot because there are some ring-a-ding-ding up on the scoreboards in a lot of places.
Ring. Of course, Prairie Central leads Illinois Valley Central 7-0 in the first quarter, for those of you that care. So 4th and 5, Rams will maybe punt. And they will. Reeves punts from the 40. It'll get down inside the 30, maybe about the 29 will be where the spot is. Springfield High School and Bloomington Central Catholic are tied at 7 in the second quarter. Rochester leads Springfield Southeast 37-7 in the second quarter. Some scores from up north. We're worldwide, baby. We got to keep
we're
coming.
all over. Twitterverse is going nuts. St. Teresa Decatur style down 21-0 to Monticello at half. That's a huge upset going on.
We're going to go nuts at the half with scores. You just wait.
Yeah, it's one of those nights you got to watch everything.
Yeah, it's one of those nights you get out the big map of the state and see what may happen tomorrow night.
No, you don't. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I gave that up a few years back. I had better things to do, like golf, watch football, or otherwise. Just wait till 8:30 tomorrow night like everybody else.
There we go. 29-0 to score. Aces on top with the football in their own 36. Cook will get it up that right side, still on his feet at the 45 midfield. Literally steps on a man. Now he's headed towards the near side. He's at the 20. 15. Badger gives chase at the 10. Cook stays on his feet as he cuts back and dives in the end zone at the 5. Cut back, avoiding the Badger tackle, and that is a 64-yard touchdown run by Dallas Cook.
Yeah,
wow.
That was good running, but not very good tackling by Mount Vernon. Not at all. Just going to call it the way you see it. Just not very good at all by Mount Vernon.
Definitely had some issues there. It's 35-0. Mount Carmel on top with the PAT pending. Rams football, though, is presented by Banterra Bank, and whether retirement is years or months away, open a retirement account to fit your lifestyle perfectly. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. Kick is up, it's good, and it's 36-0 Mount Carmel here. And the final game of the season with 1:44 to play in this first half. Glad to have you with us on WMIX. In fact, we're within the window. Top of the hour, we'll pause for station identification. This is Rams Radio.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Football on AM 940 WMIX Mount Vernon with video streaming on mywithersradio.com, a free service from Withers Broadcasting.
Yippee-ki-yay, that's who we are, WMIX. We're online at mywithersradio.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski and Jeff Crow up in the booth. Jesse Clark back at the studio, handling all the duties back at the powerhouse. The Rams trail the Mount Carmel Golden Aces 36-0. The most lopsided I remember in recent memory was 32-7 in 96. The Aces won that one. Close one in 97, however. I think it's just a field goal separated the two teams. Of course, some of those teams for Brad Pancos finished 5-4, but that was back when 5 didn't even get you a sniff.
No.
6 classes. That's back when 6 might have gotten you an at-large, 7 to get in.
That was back when Benton and Christopher one year had about 40 playoff points or more and didn't get in. He's down. Yep. Once he touched the ball, he was down.
Yep, the kick went to Williamson at about the 35, and that's where the Rams will have it. 1st and 10 on their own 35, 1:42 to go in this first half. Of course, the Aces will have the ball to start the second half. Be interesting to see how that plays out. Do you have an Orphans update?
No. Go ahead.
After 1.
Yeah, I had that one.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I didn't say it
well,
yet, but I had
it was 18 minutes ago.
22-6.
I didn't realize that. Yeah. Apparently, I've been getting these texts and never realized it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Sometimes that happens.
That will. 1st and 10 for the Rams on their own 35. Down 36-0 here late in the first half. It'll be a sweep coming up this right side. Travis Mitchell, can he break away? Near the 40, down to about the 39, gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 on the sweep by Travis Mitchell. Not what the Rams envisioned tonight, I don't think. Of course, not what the Aces envisioned either.
Not what DuQuoin's envisioning either.
Really?
They're in a battle.
Of course, DuQuoin not a lock to get in at 5-3.
Right.
May not have the playoff points necessary because they're predicting maybe 40-41.
Yeah.
But who are they?
Who are they?
That's the thing.
Don't know that.
2nd and 7 for the Rams with C.J. Lloyd in motion. It's going to be a reverse to Mitchell. Trying to find some running room. Can't. Pulled down at about the 40. Where they'll bring up 3rd and 6. Clock well below the minute mark here at 50 seconds. Here in the second quarter, Mount Carmel 36-0 lead over the Rams. And the Rams not in a big hurry.
No.
To give the ball back to the Aces before this clock runs out. They're going to want to do that in the second half instead, as, again, the Aces start with the football. Saturday Sports Show comes your way tomorrow here on AM 940. 8:08. We'll start all the fun after the 8 o'clock news. We'll go till 10. Online at mywithersradio.com. In motion, Travis Mitchell. It's going to be handoff to Blake Strickland. Doesn't quite get enough on 3rd down. Maybe a gain of 3. And the clock should strike goose eggs here in about 9 seconds. So the Rams will not have to get another playoff. They should just be content to go into the locker room down 36-0. And that's how this first half will end. At the end of 2, the Mount Carmel Golden Aces 36, the Mount Vernon Rams nothing. This is Rams football on WMIX.
Change is good. Change is also easy with People's National Bank Switch Kit. Simply follow a few easy steps to discover what banking with a true community-focused bank is like. Hi, this is Star Reed with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon. Stop by and let me show you how easy it is to start banking with People's National Bank. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
Does this sound familiar? I can't stand this job. I just wish I had time to go back to school, but with work and family.
I know. I just enrolled in Rend Lake College's evening cosmetology program. They have evening classes that will even fit into your busy schedule. You can even graduate in less than 2 years. Classes are convenient to get to, and they're in Studio RLC in Mount Vernon. They even offer financial aid.
What's it like? I've been out of school so long.
It's not your typical take notes. Listen to a lecture program. We will learn the latest styles and trends in cosmetology, and it looks like we'll have fun doing it. We'll be out on the salon floor getting hands-on experience and getting to know all kinds of people. By the time we're done, we'll be ready to jump into a new career and love our job. For once.
Okay, how do I sign up?
I called 618-242-8459, but you can also check out their website at rlc.edu/studio RLC or stop by the RLC Marketplace in Mount Vernon.
Hey there, I'm Jennifer, and I love living in Southern Illinois. But whenever I got sick, I used to think the best medical care was far away. I had no clue that some of the most advanced medical care was right here the whole time. Good Samaritan is my new hospital of choice because they combine exceptional response times, first-class facilities, and an outstanding patient experience. Good Samaritan partners with physician specialists and invests in the latest medical technology. They deliver the best care where I need it most. Locally. Now more than ever, they offer local residents like me a convenient alternative to bigger out-of-state hospitals where I'm a number, not a name. This saves me time, money, and keeps my family close, which out-of-state hospitals will never be able to provide. And in 2013, that care will get even better when they open the all-new Regional Health Center. It's that kind of investment that ensures we'll never have to leave home to receive the care we need.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
It's going to be a nasty winter, so get the vehicle you can depend on now at Second Chance Auto. They have the vehicle you're looking for, probably priced under $10,000. And most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. And there's bank rate financing for everyone. Second Chance Auto has been helping people just like you for over 32 years. So get your quality pre-owned vehicle from Second Chance Auto today. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Or call 244-4582. That's 244-4582. This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX. The Second Chance Auto halftime show starts now.
And welcome back to J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon Township High School. It's your Second Chance Auto halftime show. The Mount Vernon Rams trail 36-0 here at the half. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Of course, we'll have your Heartland Accounting halftime stats coming up shortly. But first, get the car you want today at Second Chance Auto. Second Chance has the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles priced under $10,000 in one location. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Proud Rams and Lady Rams supporters. Danny, it's 36-0 after 2. Certainly not the Rams team we saw last week.
No, it's not. I mean, we wondered about that coming in with the big game last week against Centralia, getting up for your arch rival, playing that to a 58-47 loss, being in the game for almost 4 quarters and a tough loss, and coming against a team that's 7-1. You don't know a lot about them. Mount Vernon hasn't played in 12 years. Tough opponent. And Mount Vernon looks a little flat here tonight, and that would be expected, being that it is a game, a last game of the year for a 1-7 team. You'll see some things going on. And for Mount Vernon, you only have 24 minutes left in the season, 24 minutes in a lot of players' careers out here. You'd hope they'd come out here for these last 2 quarters and give an effort that would be much better.
Much better indeed, but that is not what we've seen thus far, so we'll just kind of take it as it goes and hope that the second half is a little bit different result from the first. Of course, we're having some internet issues here in the booth at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. We'll restore the video as soon as we can. on mywithersradio.com. And, of course, about 11:30 to go here in this halftime break. Plenty more to talk about in your Second Chance Auto halftime show, including a very comprehensive State Farm scoreboard update. Get bank-rate financing at Second Chance Auto with the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles priced under $10,000 and bank-rate financing for everyone. You can get the car you want today. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, plenty more to talk about. This is Rams football on WMIX.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Things sure are changing in the Jefferson County banking market. Branches are closing, and recent news by Bank of America is they will begin charging for debit cards is not what their customers would like to hear. Well, good news. We still have free debit cards, and our debit cards support Jefferson County schools. So don't panic. Just stop by and open an account with us. With people who answer the phone and help you with all your banking needs, we're the best banking option in Jefferson County. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
We're Shelter Insurance.
We believe insurance agents should care about your bottom line as much as they do theirs.
We know practices and recitals are more important to you than premiums and deductibles. And we think being a large corporation doesn't mean you have to act like one.
We're the people behind the shield.
Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
I'm Alan Wiggers. For a free insurance review, see me at 206 South 9th Street. Go Rams.
The Cardinals have done it again. National League champions for a record 18th time.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Cardinals are National League champions and headed to the World Series.
Can they win an NL record 11th World Series? Or will the second time be a charm for the Texas Rangers?
In the air, shallow right. The Texas Rangers win the pennant. Second consecutive year.
Will the Cardinals have an answer for Nelson Cruz?
At the wall. Come on. Three-run home run, Nelson Cruz. And it's another 11th inning home run for Cruz.
Or will David Freese put another championship on ice for the Cards?
Long one into left field. Get up, baby. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, yeah. Three-run home run by David Freese.
Don't miss 50,000 watts of the World Series on 94.1 FM, WMIX. It's amazing how versatile the Saturday Sports Show has become. What do you mean you slept in last week? Set your alarm for 8:08 this Saturday morning and tune your radio to AM 940. More Mount Vernon Rams talk, more Jefferson County talk, and more amped-up coverage of Southern Illinois sports. Hear from the best coaches, experts, and sports know-it-alls available. Sports talk worth waking up for. Saturday mornings from 8:08 till 10 a.m. on WMIX AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
Chrysler Corporation has just announced their 2011 year-end clearance event. Hi, Roy Schmidt at King City Chrysler Center in Mount Vernon. You talk about incentives to buy now. Wow. Receive 0% up to 72 months on all 2011 Chrysler Town & Country minivans, Grand Caravans, 200 Series sedans, Journeys, Avengers, and all light-duty Ram pickups. In many cases, you can probably lower your payment trading your existing vehicle in. No payments for 90 days, and let me tell you, this is definitely a buyer's market right now. Come in today at King City Chrysler Center and talk to one of our sales professionals. Have a cup of coffee and drive a new Chrysler home with 0% for 72 months at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, where you can count on us.
This is Mike Reese. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And welcome back. J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium here at the half, 36-0. The Rams trail the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. Heartland Accounting halftime stats are coming up here shortly. But first, well, I'll take it for just a little bit longer so DC can update what we call to be the Twitter here, as he is now done with that. So you can find all of our score updates on Twitter at 94 Sports if you follow. Halftime scores and final scores usually posted on our Facebook page, WMIX Sports. We'll get to that when we can. Of course, it looks like that scoreboard update's ready to go. Let's take a look.
Okay, scoreboard update. I'll read the halftime scores. There are the big numbers on the sheet. Carmel leads Alvarado Trico 15-0. Fairfield leads CZR, are tied at halftime, I should say, 8-8. SVWW leads El Dorado 16-14 at the half. Here at the half, Mount Carmel over Mount Vernon 36-0. At the half, Carbondale leads Harrisburg 14-0. Heron over Marion at the half 21-7. DuQuoin trails Murfreesboro at the half 20-19. Carterville over West Frankfort 22-0. Columbia over Nashville 20-6. And Pinckneyville over DuPont 30-0 at the half. A couple of partials. Centralia 10-1 led Mosquito 22-6. Benton over AJ 35-28 mid-second quarter in that ball game.
Of course, at the half in the Southwestern Conference, our friends to the west, the O'Fallon Panthers lead the Belleville East Lancers 21-6. So plenty of action going on in the area, of course, as we take a look at some of the other updates from this very week in football from around the state. Winnebago leads Oregon 7-6 at the half. Greenville over Vandalia 27-18 at the break. Marshall leads Robinson 35-21 at the half. Okay, let's see what else we have. Pretty well the same things. 14-7 Bloomington Central Catholic over Springfield at the break. Still in the first quarter, Pontiac with the lead over Peoria 7-0. And still some first quarter scores from around the area. So nothing else that we're really interested in. Those scoreboard updates brought to you by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance financial service needs, visit your State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. He is on the corner of 42nd Street and South Water Tower in Mount Vernon. Online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Interesting.
What?
AM listeners in Nashville, Illinois.
Huh?
AM listeners in Nashville, Illinois, heading west.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Listeners in the Gateway City right now, too.
Yes.
And Evansville, Indiana.
Uh-huh.
Boom, baby. 1,500 watts east-west.
Yes.
And plenty in Centralia, as I have gotten a few texts today. Because they switched to the radio whenever they lost the video signal for
right.
a quick moment. 4:50 about till we start this second half. We'll probably get the obligatory 3 minutes as the teams come back out on the field, with the temperature dropping to 39 degrees Fahrenheit here tonight. Frost advisory in effect at 1 a.m. until about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So take the plants inside if you failed to do so last night. It's not too late. That said, we need to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your Heartland Accounting posts make that halftime stats. Had a lot of volleyball this week. Heartland Accounting halftime stats coming up. This is the Second Chance Auto halftime show on WMIX.
More Americans are on the move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Beacon Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Beacon Insurance.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit service. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. This is Mike Reese. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And welcome back. Second Chance Auto halftime show. Bank rate financing and the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles priced under $10,000. What's not to love about Second Chance Auto? Get the car you want today. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. Time now to take a look at your halftime stats. Rams trail this one 36-0 at the break to the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. DC has the stats calculated by Heartland Accounting.
Well, the first downs are obviously in Mount Carmel's favor. 10-2. The turnovers, Mount Vernon with 3, Mount Carmel in 1. Mount Vernon has 1 penalty, 5 yards. Mount Carmel 1 penalty, 5 yards. Mount Carmel dominating the rushing stats in the first half, 221-52. Mount Carmel 61 yards passing to 14 for Mount Vernon. The Rams 66 yards total offense. Mount Carmel with 282 yards total offense. Mount Vernon, Blake Strickland, 14 carries, 43 yards. Dallas Cook, 9 carries, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Aces. Clayton Reeves is 1 of 4 for 14 yards passing. Leonta Badger caught the only pass of those 14 yards. Sheldon Hanna, 1 of 2, 61 yards and a touchdown pass. That went to Pete Condell. 1 catch, 61 yards and a touchdown. Here at the half, Mount Carmel leads Mount Vernon 36-0 here in week number 9 of the high school football season.
Get started right. Let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3300 Broadway. Make that 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B, your small business expert. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jesse Clark is back at the studio. Jeff Crow with us. handling mywithersradio.com. So we're glad to have you with us tonight, regardless of how you may be tuned in. 36-0 is the halftime score here. Mount Carmel on top. And the Golden Aces came in, Danny, with a lot of confidence after rolling undefeated through the Big Eight for the first time since 2002.
Well, I'm very impressed because, I didn't know how Mount Carmel would react coming out here against a bigger school. And they come out and they just come out and play football. It's hard-nosed football from Mount Carmel here tonight. I've been very impressed. They've stopped the Mount Vernon run up the middle, forced Mount Vernon to do some things they don't like to do. And another thing, too, it's Cook and Condell and Wagner all impress me very much. When they get the football in some open space, they can flat take off and go. And there's some teams that they're going to see in Class 3A, maybe 4A. They're more likely in 4A right now, that won't have those athletes. They won't see that. Now, if they get into 4A, they might see a few more of those. But, boy, if they're in 3A, they are going to be another handful this year if they can slide down in that 3A class and play with the schools they did last year when they made it to the semifinals, losing to Illini West after Mount Carmel rolled through Southern Illinois last year.
Well, and, of course, it'll be an interesting playoff picture depending upon what happens tonight with some of the games from around the region. And the key won't be who got their fifth win tonight, Danny. The key, as you know, is going to be how many playoff points did they end up with.
Yeah, how many playoff points they end up with, and that's going to be the thing is you go from there and you see, because it's all about how your opponents did when you didn't play them. And the schools that are going to get 5 wins tonight are going to be happy to get that 5th win, but they're going to be on edge all day tomorrow until about 5 o'clock, about 10 after 5 when the 256 teams are released. Then they will either be excited or downtrodden. Then once you get to that point, if you're 6 wins, you're in, 6, 7, 8, 9, you're in. But those 5 teams, you got to have 42, 43 playoff points, what everybody's talking about. And then the worry, once you're in the field, if you're a Mount Carmel or a Harrisburg, AJ, Benton, Centralia, Pinckneyville, when you're in, is where you're going to fall enrollment-wise. I think a lot of schools are expecting, to get back into class as they were last year, or maybe get in a smaller class. But some of the enrollments that are left make some of our schools down here go up a class sometimes. Now, of course, there's some games around the state that will change that possibly. But another thing is, when you start looking at playoff teams right now in Southern Illinois, as we have them that are in Heron, Centralia, Marion, Benton, AJ, that's 5. Pinckneyville is 6, Carmi is 7, and El Dorado and Johnson City are 9. Only 9 playoff teams, and a few more get in. There's not going to be very many games or teams in Southern Illinois to start off next week, unless some action and magic happens. So, again, a lot of these teams at 4-4 tonight got to win. Teams at 5-3 want to get to 6 because of the seeding and the process. And, again, we'll all find out about 24 hours from now. The IHSA in Bloomington will be trickling those down to us, and we will be checking out those pairings. And, of course, you and I will be planning our visits.
Finding our Johns come week 10. Who will be where? When will they be there? And when can we get there? About 1 minute, 30 seconds before the start of the second half. 36-0 is your score. Mount Carmel leads the Mount Vernon Rams. We will go ahead and check another scoreboard update, as I know we had some updates roll in as we were updating Facebook.
Oh, we had all kinds of scores coming in as it's a defensive optional here at the half. And lots of scores. Mount Carmel leads Mount Vernon here 36-0. Carbondale over Harrisburg at the half 14-0. End of one. Centralia over Mascoutah 22-6. Heron over Marion in the last battle of Williamson County tonight at the half 21-7. Halftime at AJ. The Benton Rangers and the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats have 63 total points. Benton leads 35-28 at the half. Murfreesboro leads DuQuoin 20-19. A 27-year playoff streak in jeopardy for DuQuoin on the line tonight if they were to lose. Carterville over Frankfort at the half 22-0. Columbia looking to go to 6-3 leads Nashville at the half 20-6. Pinckneyville looking to get their 7th win of the year over DuPont to half 30-0. Carmi looking to go undefeated leads Alvarado Trico 50-0 at the half. CZR and Fairfield tied at 8 east of us here on Route 15. And Cesarville or Waltonville Woodlawn looking to try to get that 5th win leads El Dorado at the half 16-14.
Of course, a lot of interesting activities going on over the course of the next couple of weeks, so we'll tell you about it here on the Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. Rams and Lady Rams bowling tryouts will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons at New Bow Lanes from 4 until 5:30. Monday night, the Mount Vernon Rams Gridiron Club will meet at 6:45 in the A Building Conference Room on the campus of the beautiful Mount Vernon Township High School. And, of course, I believe there are other goings-ons as well. Goings-on.
Can I mention something about
yeah,
bowling?
You're holding your
The
hand.
SIJHSAA has approved bowling as a sport, and the state tournament will be in next March 2012 in O'Fallon. So talk about high school bowling tryouts. Junior high is going to start getting it around here.
Music to the ears of Dave Wagner, I can assure you, as that'll help get him some bowlers. Because if I can go, a mini rant here is before we get started. Dave Wagner has done so much for youth bowling in the area, finally getting rewarded, of course, by the Junior High Association. We're about ready to start here. Mount Carmel starts off with the football in the second half. They lead 36-0. One more score before a Rams scored, pushed to a continuous clock. Kick will come from Clayton Reeves. Nice one, all the way back to about the 10. Coming up that right side, now to about the 30. Still trying to get a number on the carrier. Not Dallas Cook. It was actually number 38, Levi Laws, the freshman. So that does that. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Aces. The ball will be on about their own 30-yard line. So the Rams trying to put the defense to work here in the second half. 36-0 Aces on top. 11:51 to play in the third as we're just underway with second half action. Presented by Banterra Bank. Banterra's online banking, convenient, efficient, and safe. Their security is your best defense. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. Aces will be going right to left here to start the half. It'll be a handoff up that right side to Cooks. Bulldozes his way down to about the 34, gain of 6. We'll bring up 2nd down and 4 to go. Interesting, huh?
Well, just the workmanlike effort from Mount Carmel. Come in. It's not been fancy. It's been handoffs, pitches, and one pass. They've thrown the ball twice. And, I mean, it's been a workmanlike effort. And, again, it's interesting with a big lead. They're not showing a lot, so a lot of people won't want to watch this DVD, tape, computer game when they want to scout them next week for the playoffs.
11:13 to play here in the third quarter. Sweet coming up this right side. It's going to be Wagner. He is finally brought down about the 35. Ran forever just to get 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. With 11 minutes to play in the third quarter. Again, 36-0 the lead for the Aces.
Yeah.
Interesting. That first half.
Yeah, it started. Remember, we started late. It was about 5 after.
Yeah.
We started.
Senior night, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Tyra Buss, the phenomenal female athlete for the Golden Aces in the house.
I mean, yeah, played tennis this afternoon in the suburbs of Chicago in a state tournament, drove down to this game, will drive home and participate in cross-country regional tomorrow, which we want to wish the Rams and Lady Rams good luck tomorrow in their cross-country regional.
No doubt about that, right up the gut. Between the tackles for Mr. Cook, he'll get first down yardage plus there on the carry. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Aces. And funny you mentioned tennis, or we mentioned tennis with Tyra Buss. The Lady Rams had some potential with one of their doubles teams, winning their first round match, and of course falling in the second round. There you have it.
Carmel. Yeah, I got it right there.
Go ahead and mention it.
Here, I'll let you do it because I'll watch play as you read. You started it, you finish it.
No need to call the play or anything. We'll get to it after this down.
Yeah, you started it, you finish it.
10-10 to play in the third quarter. 36-0 lead. 1st and 10 for the Aces. Man in motion. Here it comes. Going to be to Condell up the right side on a sweep. Doesn't get much out of it. Maybe down to about the 45. Gain of 2 and bring up 2nd and 8.
I did the option. I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Well, I was encouraging you to. Of course, Adcock and Burge beat a duo from Mother McCauley 2-6, 7-5, 7-6. So it's a close one throughout. Second round, they fell to a couple of gals from Edwardsville, 6-1, 6-4. Of course,
and
Yules
some very
and
pitiful weather conditions too.
Yeah, Yules and her teammate fell in the first round, 2-6, 1-6. Unfortunately, so a hearty congratulations, of course, from WMIX to the Lady Rams tennis team, who finished 16-1 on the year. Impressive. 2nd and 9 for the Aces on their own 44. This time it's going to come up. Ooh, a nice trip up there by Leonte Badger. As Levi Laws, the freshman, I have a feeling he's going to get quite a few carries in this second half. Was trying to come up the middle. Badger trips him up. Shortens the trip to about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, you're going to see some
Make
different
that 3rd
things.
5.
Mount Carmel's probably not going to throw the ball, and they're going to keep it on the ground. We're going to see a plethora of running backs here as we go along in this second half.
Play colors dream. 8:50 to play in the third quarter. Still 36-0 Aces here. Non-conference action from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. The Golden Aces, champions of the Big 8 Conference out of Indiana. The Rams, of course, finished 1-4 in the South 7 a week ago at Centralia. Under center, the quarterback, Hannah, looks up the middle again, this time to so many options. Looks like Levi Laws again for a gain of about 4. Should bring up 4th and short for the Aces, who I'm sure will probably go for it here on 4th and short with 8:20 to play in this third quarter. Who will be your Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game? That's going to be a tough decision in the Bean Insurance postgame show, but maybe not. Come start a banking relationship at Community First Bank. You won't be disappointed. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and more coming soon. Ina as well. 4th and a long one for the Aces. Split to the left, a couple in the back. It'll be Cook this time, the reliable fullback, diving for a 3 on the fullback dive. It'll be 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel as they shake to the Mount Vernon 46, where they still lead 36-love.
12th first down for Mount Carmel again. Straight up the gut, straight up the middle. Here it is, power football. And Mount Carmel's not doing anything different. They're not doing anything fancy. They're not doing any trickery. It's, man up and line up the line of scrimmage and take your guy and block him out of the way and let the back come from behind.
The Aces keep the chains moving here in the third quarter, trying to eat some time off the clock. We had a quick first half by comparison. Hannah's under center. Wagner in motion. Will come up the left side this time on a run by Condell. Still key for that time. My apologies. Up that left side, down right around the 40-yard. Wow, they're going to spot it all the way down to 37. That's a gain of 8 to bring up 2nd and deuce. Not bad.
Big mark. And, of course, Mount Carmel started this drive at the start of the half, and this is going on over 5 minutes now with the football moving it down the field.
2nd and 1 for the Golden Aces. 6:56 to play in the third quarter. Clock continues to roll. I have trouble with quarter and clock back to back. I don't know why.
Got to be careful.
You really do. You really do. 2nd and 1. In motion, Condell. Back to pass is Hannah looking downfield, has a couple of men open. Overthrown for Wagner again. Fell and completed about the 4. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Aces.
That's a flag pattern down the hash there, and had 2 receivers open and no black jerseys around, and just overthrew it again. The one he missed earlier in the game was an overthrow also too as well.
Well, thrown hard enough to where it really hurt the hands. Had it gone. In the second half, Althoff leads Triad as predicted, 14-0.
Where was that, at the half?
Yep, second half at least. So it could have been 7-0 at the half.
That's a surprise.
No, it's not.
Well, no, I mean, you and I talked about it, but just by records.
Sure. I'll give you that. Althoff should have the playoff points.
Oh, I think they do. I think they're in if they can win, just because their schedule is unbelievable.
Thanks to Triad, no less. It'll come to a handoff, Mount Carmel.
Yeah. Hey, get us our
Did
points.
They get enough this time?
We're going to beat you in week 9, though. That's what we're
got to do what you got to do. Centralia gives them maybe 8.
Hey, here's the thing. Althoff will be 4A. Our friends Effingham will be 4A.
Could we see a No, we won't.
Harrisburg.
We might.
AJ.
No, we won't.
Mount Carmel could be. Benton could be.
4A is very interesting. Cahokia, if they can
that
get
cut
in.
line is going to make a different bracket. Heron.
How you doing, Heron?
Breeze Mater Day.
Have Althoff in the first round at the Graveyard. How interesting would that be?
Might be able to get us in there.
I have a feeling. Here comes up the right side. Looked like Cook that time as he got first down yardage plus on 4th down. Tried to get to that far hash to stretch himself out to the 30. Gain of about 3 or more, maybe 4. We'll take it to the 31.
I'm interested. It would be interesting to see here if Mount Carmel can run this drive the entire third quarter. There's some. I think
it's going to be just short of the 3rd.
If things go as they are, and if the enrollments kind of stay, it could be this year. Usually 3A around here is the bracket to watch. It could be 4A this year, just depending on who gets in, who doesn't.
Well, because it is a cluster.
That's a good word for it. Because Benton, Harrisburg, and Mount Carmel are in the top 5 or 6 3A enrollments based in the IHSA.
It's going to be a sweep now to Condell, looking to break towards that far sideline. Maintained his footing as he got inside the 25. We'll see where the spot takes him as he went up that right side. 5:29 to play in the third quarter. Still 36-0 Aces. Again, if you're just joining us, they've had the ball the entire third quarter, killing 6:31 off the clock thus far.
It's impressive.
Clock will stop for the change, then resume again as they got down to about the 21. So it's first down yardage for Condell off of a sweep.
Very impressed. They traveled pretty well for
They did.
a road game in Week 9 against a 1-7
Teams that have traveled very far. Aurora Christian leads Aurora Central 21-0.
Wow. There's a streak in jeopardy, and it's starting to get
Murfreesboro has something to play for.
Yeah.
With that in mind. And here we go, coming up the near side. Blocked out of bounds, though, however, was Wagner. So he ran all that way to not get much, maybe 3. And my spot may be too generous. No, gain of 2.
Gain of 2.
Maybe not. Of course, it is the bottom of the hour. Why not pause for station identification? This is Rams Radio.
The best Rams broadcast coverage is right here. AM 940 WMIX Mount Vernon and worldwide at mywithersradio.com. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.
That's who we are. And right here, the Mount Carmel Aces lead the Mount Vernon Rams 36-0. 4:27 to go in the third. Condell in motion, but it's going to go right up the middle to Dallas Cook as he is pushed down to about the 6. Could be a gain of 14 or more, maybe 15 if they spot it at the 5. Side judge indicates 5. And so that'd be a gain of 15 for Dallas Cook. Pretty good chef.
Yeah, and he is steaming, walking, everything. Bacon, roasting, barbecuing. I mean, he is rolling up some yardage here tonight. 14 carries, well over 100 yards. I've never seen a team have a ball in the entire quarter. It probably won't happen, but it's been interesting.
Hannah back under center. Man in motion will be Condell. It's going to go to Cook again. Looks like he dove right about the 1. He was between the hashes. We'll see. It didn't look like it broke the plane.
Got to give it to him again. He's gotten you this far.
Right.
The Aces can make a first down.
So it'll be, let's see.
Carbondale looking to get in. They're up 17-0 on Harrisburg.
They are. My question right now is, no, they're not inside the first down marker because they can get a first down without scoring. So the ball's on the 1, second down for the Aces. The handoff goes up the middle and almost unscathed, I should say, was Cook.
Yep.
They got pushed back in the final second, but it'll be a touchdown Mount Carmel. Continuous clock coming. It's 42-0.
42-0. And Mount Carmel has looked impressive here tonight in this victory. What will be a victory, their 8th one, and get in the playoffs.
3:20 to go here in the third quarter. PAT pending from Condell. And it is good. It's 43-0, so we'll have a continuous clock here on out. So a lot of interesting playoff implications on the line here tonight with some of our scores, of course. But first, the Rams trail in this one 43-0 with 3:20 to play in the third.
Yep, they had the ball over almost 8.5 minutes. That's crazy. Unbelievable. Never seen it. Dominance. That'll help you when the weather gets November. It will help you big time.
Condell will be on to kick, back to receive for return, what have you, will be Travis Mitchell and Derek Hunter. Here we go, some more updates coming.
Yeah.
Of course, you probably got them as well. These aren't the ones I was expecting, however, so never mind. Condell will kick. Here it comes. A big boot veering off towards the left side. Hunter will grab it at about the 2. Comes up the left, now cuts back to the right at about the 10. Looks to go back left at the 15. Jersey tug at about the 17. And as where Derek Hunter is pulled down, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. They're going to go ahead and spot at the 20. So 3:06 to play here as the clock will continue to roll in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Rams. They trail 43-0 to the Golden Aces. Any updates?
Well, I've got
Orthodon?
several that are working here. Carmel leads El Dorado Trico 57-60 end of 3. Sessionville Waltonville Woodlawn leads El Dorado 24-22 at the end of 3.
Interesting.
Interesting game there.
1st and 10 for the Rams. Split to the right, Badger on the left side. It was Williamson. It's going to be complete to Badger at about the 27. 23. Works his way to the 25. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 here for the Rams as we drop below 2:15. Clock continues to roll. Continuous clock matchup here. 43-0. Mount Carmel on top. Only the second game the Rams haven't been in at the half this year.
Right. Out of the 9. Competed in every one of them.
Not a lot to play for tonight, unfortunately, with so many guys banged up. It'll go right at the middle. Blake Strickland has first down yardage. Gets down to the 35-36. It's a gain of 9. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams.
Up 15 yards. The 3rd first down for Mount Vernon in the ball game.
If you couldn't get to the bank during halftime, don't worry. Bank in the stands with Banterra cell phone banking. Banterra Bank, banking with local style. Member FDIC. So split to the left, it'll be Jordan Williamson. On the right, Leonte Badger. Your wingbacks, of course, will be Travis Mitchell. On the right, on the left, it'll be C.J. Lloyd. Your fullback is Strickland. Mitchell's in motion. Handoff will go to Strick up that left side between the hashes. Gain of about 5 to about the 42.
Did you get the same one I did?
Some people have quit sending me updates.
I've got it.
Telling.
Halftime, Centralia 28, Mascoutah 26.
Ooh. Of course, that's a trap game for the Orphans, if there is such a thing in football.
There is. This time of year, there better not be.
Right. Lloyd Mitchell, and can't see. It'll be Mitchell in motion. Going up the left side on a sweep. Is quickly brought down. He started to make some forward progress, brought down at about the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 4 maybe for the Rams as we drop below the 30-second mark of this 3rd quarter. 43-0 Aces on top as we near the end of the 3rd. Spring Valley Hall leads Eureka 8-0 in the 1st quarter.
See how good you are at those 4.
I can't. I've been looking.
Huh?
I'm having trouble. Been looking.
Okay. Somebody is interested in that, and he asked me to ask you or both to track.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Who's interested?
Our friend. He'll be on the show tomorrow.
Oh, I got you.
Yep. He's one of those that maps everything out.
Yes, he is. Here it comes. Up the right side between the hashes. Strick looks like he might have gotten it. And that's where your 3rd quarter will end. We're at the end of 3. We'll sort it out when we come back. It's 43-0 Aces. This is Rams football on WMIX.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Things sure are changing in the Jefferson County banking market. Branches are closing, and recent news by Bank of America is they will begin charging for debit cards is not what their customers would like to hear. Well, good news. We still have free debit cards, and our debit cards support Jefferson County schools. So don't panic. Just stop by and open an account with us. With people who answer the phone and help you with all your banking needs, we're the best banking option in Jefferson County. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Jeff Schmidt here with Schmidt Chevrolet in Mount Vernon. By now, you know that the Chevrolet Cruze is one of the best-selling cars in America. There are many reasons why. The Cruze Echo gets up to 42 miles per gallon highway. That's the best economy of any vehicle in the country. The Cruze features better safety features than the competition, with more standard features than the 2011 Corolla or the 2012 Focus. We have a great selection of Cruzes in stock, and more are on the way. We love serving our customers the right way every time. At Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Football, powered by Banterra Bank.
Welcome back, Rams football. We head to the 4th continuous clock. The Aces lead the Rams 43-0. Rams have the football 1st and 10 from their own 49. Doug Gardner, the fullback now, with C.J. Lloyd and Travis Mitchell. Sweep's going to go up the right side. C.J. Lloyd brought down by a tackle. Still in the backfield. Tackles by Kane Garcia, or thereabouts. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Rams. Oops. Hoping to get a Cahokia update sometime this century. I had a couple people that were supposed to update me tonight that have failed miserably. They will be fired.
Right.
That happens.
Probably
of course, hard to fire people that are working for free.
I was going to say, how you going to pull that one off?
Yeah, I can't fire a friend or the willing. 11:25 to go here in the ball game. 43-0 Aces. Doug Gardner, the fullback. Here comes Mitchell in motion. It's going to go to Gardner up the middle. Slips a couple of tackles. Breaks for the right side. Near the sideline, he is pulled down for a gain of 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. Interesting. What class is Villa Grove in? 1, 2, 3?
1 or 2.
8?
2 or 3, I think.
Last I have, Villa Grove led Tri-County 6-0 in the first quarter. I'm sure that'll be updated along the way. 10:46 to play here in the fourth. Reminder, all scoreboard updates brought to you by Tony Wilt State Farm Insurance. We'll have a final one before the postgame. And, of course, here we go. Lloyd in motion. It's a handoff to Gardner, looking to break up the left side. Saw some coverage. He didn't like it. Now he's going to try to turn it into a first down yardage. Does so. Gets a gain of about 4. It'll bring up 1st and 10.
And again, you want to put on film, we've said this last few weeks, since Mount Vernon's been eliminated from playoffs, the underclassmen, sophomore, juniors need to put something on film that these coaches can see heading in the next year.
By the way, midway through the second quarter, Hales leads Cahokia 27-0.
Wow.
Have fun.
Second quarter?
Midway, yeah. Somewhere around there. 43-0 here. Rams trail the Aces, looking to put some points on the board. In motion, Lloyd. Handoff will go to Gardner again. It's worked thus far. Why not? Down to the 35. Between the hashes, of course, about the 34. Gain of 5 will bring up 2nd and 5. Oh, host of Aces. Pair. Full house. Poker face. Halftime. Hales leads Cahokia 27-0.
Yep. Got it. Cesar Valier now up 30-22 in the fourth.
Tri-County at the start of the fourth leads Villa Grove. These have playoff implications for schools down here. Tri-County leads Villa Grove 14-12 to start the fourth quarter. That was quick. It'll be a pitch coming left side to Gardner at the 35, so back to the line of scrimmage, down to 30. Fell at about the 27. We'll see if they give him first down yardage.
Okay.
What? Oh, it's Travis Mitchell. My apologies. It'll be 1st and 10. Is Gardner out for the season? Oh, no. I have been questioning my eyesight lately, though. So that might be part of the problem.
Right.
There he is, though. So my eyesight's good, except for that one. 43-0 Aces, 8:25 to play in the fourth.
He's out there.
Stacked up on the left side. Here comes Jacob Williamson, brought down at about the 29. Loss of 1. We'll bring up 2nd and 11. Need to be more. I need to be more focused on the game and less on the scores, but having some fun here. Keeping up to date with what's going on in the state. 8:03 to play in the ball game. Mount Carmel 43, the Rams nothing. Of course, Rams football all season long, presented by Banterra Bank. Help make your kids' future a victory. Teach them the importance of saving today with Banterra's Smart Kids Savings Account. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. So 7:45 in the ball game. Continuous clock in effect here as the Aces with a 43-0 lead. Rams trying to put some points on the board here. 2nd and 11. Turner's in motion. It'll be up to Gardner up the middle. Near the left hash, looking to cut back between. Now comes back near side.
Wow.
Looks like he brought the defense with him as he gets down to about the 16. Could be a gain of 13, depending upon the spot in a 1st and 10. Oh, sure. Illini West. I forgot about that one.
Illini West is at home.
They're up 16-0.
Illini West is?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see some of them others. Oh, I did not just say them others. I did not see some of those others. Wow, what's happened to me? 43-0 here in the fourth quarter. It is 6:59 to go in the ball game. Gardner is your fullback. Brayton Turner on the left. On the right, Williamson. Turner in motion. It's going to be handoff to Gardner. Cuts to the left side. Breaks a tackle near the 10. Heads to the 5. Looking to dive in the end zone. He's in. And the Rams get their first score of the game. They crack that goose egg. It's 43-6.
Dominic Gardner scores on, basically he's limping and was able to still score, and that's good to see.
Not bad.
It's been an MC Hammer kind of week for you and I, hasn't it?
Yes, we've heard MC Hammer literally everywhere we've gone this week except for Wayne City.
Yes.
May not have made it there yet. 43-6 your score. First touchdown of the game, obviously. First score of the game. But the Rams avoid the shutout here. It's 6:45 mark of the fourth quarter. We await the point after. Winchester's West Central, correct? Handoff will go to Williamson as they go for two. Nobody to kick it. And it's stuffed.
Yep.
Pretty sure they're Winchester West Central.
I think that, yeah. We saw them at the
Yeah.
state tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Remember them?
I do, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Not real well.
I do.
Those were those one people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they did that stuff.
Yeah.
Winchester, not to be confused with Westville, as I'm trying not to do
Mend
right
and
now.
Unity, if you could find that, that would help you a little bit.
Eh.
Okay. Never mind.
I'm giving you a hard time. 43-6 with 6:45 to go in the game. Rams trail by 37. Fourth quarter action. Glad to have you with us. Our next broadcast will be Monday. Lady Rams volleyball. 5:15 pre-match as they play in the regional, the 4 versus the 5 against the Centralia Annies. And that'll be a fun one on AM 940. Audio only on MyWithersRadio.com. And when volleyball ends, that'll be it until football season for Rams or basketball season rather for Rams broadcast.
Pyramid Tournament at Heron.
Pyramid Tournament at Heron on the 21st, as possibly the Lady Rams will be at Nashville also on the 21st. Will we be in both places at once? You and I may not be, but stations may be. Who knows?
Yep.
See what kind of aces I have up my sleeve. Pun very much intended.
Should have brought them tonight. Trump cards.
Well, we've got 4. They've got 11.
Yep.
43-6. The Rams will kick off. And that'll be to number 30, Thompson, coming up the near side, brought down at the 30, oddly enough. Where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Aces. The clock continues to roll. Hillsboro leads Pana 16-14 in the second half.
It's closer than I thought it would be.
No kidding. This is never mind. Clock will continue to roll. And, of course, who will be our Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game? Community First Bank with more Jefferson County locations than anyone else. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Ina. I can find Minnock Fieldcrest, but I can't find West Central.
No. Okay.
That'll happen.
Something's going on here.
Yep, something. 5:55 to play in the fourth, 43-6. And the Rams won a timeout brought to you by Ford Square. Stop by Ford Square in King City Chrysler. You can count on us, where you can find the all-new Dodge Durango with best-in-its-class power, towing, and driving range. It's where the best never rests. Ford Square of Mount Vernon. Reminder, of course, you can follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports, where you'll find all of tonight's scoreboard updates, and like us on Facebook, WMIX Sports. There'll be more scoreboard updates to come basketball season. We promise you that, as we will have people stowed away in places you've probably never heard of.
Yep.
It'll be 50,000 watts of the most random scoreboard updates you can ever fathom.
Like I say, if you preview that, it will have scores from 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, what we can find, where we can find them, and we will have them.
We'll scour around like SOS trying to find you scores.
We're tough like Brillo to clean out those scores, too.
Betcha. Clean scores, nonetheless. 5:55 to play after the timeout, fourth quarter action. Glad to have you with us on WMIX and online at MyWithersRadio.com, where the Rams have a 43-6 deficit. Staring them in the face, the Aces have a 1st and 10 scenario. Ball on the 30, their own 30, and 37-point lead to Comfort. In motion, it'll be Bo Taylor heading up that left side. Breaks for first down yards, now breaks away from the secondary. At the 40, 35, 30. 20, 10, 5, slips up at about the 4. On that far side,
I hear somebody saying flag.
I hear indications of a flag, but do not see one.
Oh, it's way back here at the 25.
Wow.
That'll come all the way back on a block
That's a
in the back.
sordid piece of laundry back there at
And
the
that's
25.
Only the 4th penalty in the game.
And that'll call back a, what would you call that? How do you lose your breath on a run?
75 or 80-yard run.
Apparently, was it waved off or declined? Must have been on the Rams.
Oh.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 6 for the Golden Aces. Golden Aces looking more platinum tonight.
About a 70-yard run there.
That's a ton of yardage.
Yep.
I'd be out of breath. I know that. On that kind of a
I
spread.
wouldn't get that far. This is a sand wedge.
I haven't played in so long. It'd probably take me a driver.
It's been about 7 or 8 days for me, and I'm getting the shakes.
Probably 3 years.
My back's hurting. I haven't played so much. I haven't played lately.
You know, I improved there for a long time. And that was all she wrote. First and goal for the Aces. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Coming this time to Jacob Jackson. Looks like he's just shy, maybe about the 2. What'll be up ahead in the Bean Insurance postgame show? Plenty. Brought to you by who else? Bean Insurance. We'll have a Heartland Accounting postgame stat situation. We'll have your Community First Bank player of the game. We'll preface the volleyball regional coming up. We'll talk about the Saturday sports show tomorrow. All up ahead on the Bean Insurance postgame show. Second and goal for the Aces. The ball spotted at the 1. Under center is Hannah with a man in motion. It's going to be coming up the near side on a sweep. Breaking for the goal line near corner. Finally a tackle by Marshall, but a little too late. The carry was by. So that's what we're waiting for. It was Thomas Allen. That is what we could not tell. So Allen gets the lengthy 1-yard run. So Illini West leads Sherrard 22-0. Last check, Hales led Cahokia 27-zip. Among other random scores we have for you in other places. They're going for 2, are the Aces. Man in motion. It'll be a quarterback keeper for Hannah, and he's stuffed. Great job by the Rams. A slew of them in on the play. Jacoby Marshall, among others. Thought I also saw Austin Hogan and Jacob Stern. So 3:54 to play in the game. 49-6. Aces on top. Saturday sports show tomorrow looking pretty loaded.
Yes.
Even though we haven't booked half our lineup yet. We'll get some big names for you around the area. Maybe a basketball coach to talk some football.
He's
we'll work
ready.
on that.
He says he's in.
And another basketball coach to talk some basketball. Funny how that works.
Yeah. A little different way we do things.
Maybe a football coach to talk some football or two.
Yeah, I mean, we're in that transitional time of year. Junior highs have kicked up this week. Big shootout tomorrow at Rome all day. You get another week of regular season junior high basketball, and then, of course, October 31st through November 4th, the Rome tournament.
You betcha. That was always a fun week of do nothing at Rome. At least when I was there. Maybe practice for a play or something.
Things have changed, baby.
About a random
RTI
Thanksgiving topic.
And those state goals have kicked in.
I always ended up as a pilgrim in Rome plays. Seemed like we had a different one every year. It's coming down central on the kickoff. Looks like Hunter looking to break something up the wedge. He's at midfield between the hashes looking to chase to the outside. He could be gone. No flags on the play. 20-15, 10-5. Touchdown. Derek Hunter took it forever to make it 49-12. And to some it may not matter this late with 3:42 to go in the fourth, but to the Rams it matters. And it is 49-12 with the 2-point pending. Not bad.
Not bad. Took it right up the middle of the wedge, part of the defense, part of the special teams at Mount Carmel. And Hunter hit a different gear, running right up the middle that time. Nobody home, ran up the middle, touchdown, Mount Vernon. Makes it
6'1" junior weighs $170. Be back next year.
There's quite a bit returning from Mount Vernon next year.
Not the line.
The line is going to be a huge loss.
But we've had turnovers on the line just about every year.
Right.
Except for that one year where we had like 4-year seniors.
Right.
But, you have that.
That's going to be big. We got a lot of skill players back, but we know the line's got to do what they got to do.
But that's one thing Rams over time have been blessed with, and that's a good front five. And hard tacklers.
Yes.
Most of the time. Marshall leads Robinson early in the fourth, 42-27.
Shootout in Union County, and there's no slavery debate at all. It's 42-35 AJ over Benton now.
Interesting. Reeves under center for the 2-point attempt. Is it going to be quarterback keeper? Does he have it? Looks like he's just shy. And he is. So the 2-point, no good. Rams trail 49-12 here. Late in the contest, Banterra Bank brings you Rams football, Rams basketball, Rams baseball, Lady Rams softball, Lady Rams volleyball, Lady Rams basketball. I think you get the picture. And if you can't get to the bank during the ball game, don't worry. Bank in the stands right from midfield with Banterra cell phone banking. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. So the cheerleaders will do their push-ups on a cold fall night here in the King City. Temperature now down to 37. That's 3 degrees Celsius.
After tonight and tomorrow night, you're going to see a lot of golf courses, a lot of football, baseball fields go dormant.
You bet.
It's going to be a little different game to play golf next week on some dormant grass rather than the live grass. Got to adjust. I'm a year-round player.
I bet you are. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
At all.
Well, the diehards are here. Man.
Yeah, that's a friends and family by now.
Friends, families, and educators.
You bet. And
administration and staff. School board members. There you go. Let's get them all. Mayors and politicians. May as well throw them all out there.
You bet. Reeves will send the kick right down central there to pick it up about the 20 for the Aces is Bo Taylor. And he is leveled with authority by Derek Hunter and Zane Young. So not a bad effort there by Hunter and Young and Hunter, law firm. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel from their own 30.
Foul Williamson County a little tighter now. Heron leads Marion 28-21.
Nice.
And I keep thinking, man, these games are taking a long time. Well,
yeah, we're moving.
We're
quickly.
on moving clock, and I'm trying to adjust because usually we are one of the last ones done.
That has been the case some this year. We drop below 3 minutes here in the 4th, 49-12. Aces with the football. They'll split to the right, keep a couple of wing backs with a fullback. In motion, it will be number 35. But the handoff's going to go up the middle, and now a carry to midfield.
It's like sophomore freshman game deluxe is what this turned out to be.
Oh, Schuler, my apology. I was following the wrong man. That's how good these Aces are in the backfield. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball on their own 47 as we drop below 2:30.
Casey's in a dogfight with Cumberland now, up 15-6.
Wow, that's a far cry from 2-0.
They've had some odd scoring going on in that ball game.
Typical. I don't mean that in a bad way.
No, it's just Cumberland's battling to get in, and Casey Westfield, lost a 45-game regular season winning streak earlier in the year to Marshall.
Flanagan doubling up Hayworth 28-14 in the 3rd quarter. And that could be a tackle for loss. No, a broken tackle now by number 30, Austin Thompson, looking to shake up the near side. Brought down at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Great chase there by the Ram tacklers, Jacoby Marshall and Josh Borland.
Pinckneyville will go to 7 and 2. They lead DuPont to the end of 3, 42-14. They will be 7 and 2. Maybe the best record ever in football at DuQuoin or Pinckneyville. I would have to check that, but that's going to be ranking right up there as far as wins in a regular
season. Not a bad
season.
year for the Panthers, huh?
No.
Lose to Red Bud to open her up, losing week 3 to Benton.
And then 7 and 2.
They'll take it.
Nice job by Todd Rushing and staff.
Carey will go up the left side. Kane Garcia, he's still on his feet past midfield to the 45. It'll be a gain of 7. So that'll bring up 3rd and 2 for Mount Carmel as we'll drop below the minute mark. We'll have a comprehensive scoreboard update coming up in the Bean Insurance postgame show.
DuQuoin back on top at the end of 3. A lot of pride on the line down there for those young men.
I would say so.
Don't want to be that first team to break that big, long streak.
Of course, through 3, O'Fallon leads Belleville East 21-13.
I'm interested to see O'Fallon. I've heard lots.
23-15 Carbondale with less than 9 to go in the 4th.
This will be a working dinner tonight.
What you call dinner, I call other things. 3rd and 1.
Oh, very nice.
And they'll take a knee. Why not? If you have the clock to do it. And that's how it's going to end as Mount Carmel classically takes a knee. Your final score tonight, the Mount Carmel Golden Aces 49, the Mount Vernon Rams 12. We'll tell you all about the Bean Insurance postgame show. It's next. This is Rams Football on WMIX.
It's amazing how versatile the Saturday sports show has become. What do you mean you slept in last week? Set your alarm for 8:08 this Saturday morning and tune your radio to AM 940. More Mount Vernon Rams talk, more Jefferson County talk, and more amped-up coverage of Southern Illinois sports. Hear from the best coaches, experts, and sports know-it-alls available. Sports talk worth waking up for. Saturday mornings from 8:08 till 10 a.m. on WMIX AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford dealer, Ford Square, Mount Vernon. When you're talking about the 2011 Ford F-150 full-size pickup, two words pretty much sum up the whole deal. The best. Whatever the measure, the 2011 Ford F-150 full-size truck is best in performance, best in miles per gallon, best towing, best payload, best communication system. And now the best part is the huge incentive. Receive up to $6,500 cash back on the F-150 or receive 0% financing through Ford Motor Credit. We have the best inventory in Southern Illinois of the 2011 Ford F-150s. So come into Ford Square today at 1501 Broadway and let us show you the best truck in America, where the best never rests in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to bone and joint care, only one name should come to mind. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Your fellowship-trained physicians' first priority is specialized orthopedic care, ranging from total joint replacement and spine surgery to shoulder surgery and sports medicine. Our surgeons provide a wide range of specialized treatments that are unparalleled anywhere in Southern Illinois. Located on Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon and St. Mary's with Samaritans in campus, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Discover the difference.
If I could change anything, you know what I'd change? I'd make it a law that if you tell someone to have a nice day, you really have to mean it. 100%.
Making your day better than it started out is what makes Erie Insurance above all in service. Auto, home, business, and life. Your Erie agent is waiting for you. And have a nice day.
Your Erie agent in Mount Vernon is the Bean Insurance Agency. Get a quote at beaninsurance.net.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Football on WMIX. The Bean Insurance Postgame Show starts now.
Your final here from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. The Mount Vernon Rams fall tonight 49-12 to the Golden Aces of Mount Carmel. Bean Insurance is an independent agency that can do the insurance shopping for you. Bean Insurance has multiple top insurance companies to choose from with great rates for your family. Call Bean Insurance 242-6017. That's 242-6017. Dave Czerwinski alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Glad to have you with us for the duration of this one on mywithersradio.com and WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Plenty coming up, including a major scoreboard update. Are we ready for that, or do you want to hold off for a little bit longer and gather some more?
I figured I'd just wait on your command.
Let's go ahead and do that, and I'll try to fill in the gaps if I find any others of relevance.
All right, let's do this. We'll go through finals that we have. There are 3 that I have. It is Mount Carmel over Mount Vernon, 49-12. Carmi over Alvarado Trico, 63-6. Cesar Valera gets their 5th win of the year. They beat El Dorado 30-22. In progress, end of 3, Fairfield leads CZR 22-15. Halftime, Althoff over Triad 14-0. Halftime, Chicago hails Franciscan over Cahokia 27-0. In the 4th, Carbondale over Harrisburg 23-15. At the half, Centralia over Mascoutah 28-26. End of 3, Heron over Marion 28-21. In the 3rd, AJ over Benton 42-35. In the 4th, it's DuQuoin 34, Murfreesboro 27. At half, Carterville 22, Frankfort nothing. Half, Columbia over Nashville 20-6. End of 3, Pinckneyville leads DuPont 42-12.
Looking at some other scores as far as goings on and around the area. Last check, it was 21-13 in the third quarter. O'Fallon on top of Belleville East. At last check, it was a running clock. Hales leading Cahokia 41-0. That one was in the third quarter, so Cahokia will be out. They will not be in.
No.
Other things going around. Why don't you go ahead and talk some tennis real quick?
Tennis.
Or update our listeners on
that.
Got
it. Tennis today. Madison Casad, Marissa Ooles lost their first-round match to a team from Chicago, St. Ignatius College Prep High School, 6-2, 6-1. Allie Adcock and Alyssa Burge won their first-round match against a team from Chicago, Mother McCauley, 2-6, 7-5, 7-6. But then they lost their second-round match to a team from Edwardsville, 6-1, 6-4.
Of course, looking around at some of the other updates, really not much of interest being reported on by our various sources tonight. We'll see if we have something fresher on Carbondale. Still have 23-15 Carbondale up in the fourth. Those scoreboard updates brought to you by Tony Wilt State Farm. For all your financial service needs, see Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent, 42nd Street South Water Tower in Mount Vernon, or worldwide at TonyWilt.com. We need to take a break here on the postgame show, brought to you by Bean Insurance. We'll do that when we come back. We'll have your Heartland Accounting postgame stats. This is Rams football. Your final score, 49-12. Rams fall here on senior night. This is Rams football on WMIX.
Save some green with a free checking account from People's National Bank. A free checking account from People's National Bank comes with a free Visa check card, free online banking, free bill pay, and unlimited check writing. Save time, stamps, and the hassle with a free checking account from People's National Bank. Stop by either of our two locations in Mount Vernon today for details on how you can make your money bloom with a free checking account from People's National Bank.
People's National Bank, member FDIC, Visa check card and bill pay non-usage fees may apply.
Hey, are you thinking of starting your own business? Or maybe you already own your own business and have tax questions? Call Heartland Accounting today. At Heartland Accounting, we specialize in small business planning. Let us help you with your business bookkeeping, sales taxes, payroll taxes, or maybe just some solid business advice. Get started right, and let us help you make your business a success. Call Heartland Accounting of Mount Vernon today at 244-7077, or stop by 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Back to the 94 Sports Mobile Studios on WMIX.
Guess where we are? J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium for a final time. 49-12, your final. The Mount Carmel Golden Aces finish 8-1 on the year. The Rams will finish 1-8. 49-12 is your final here this evening. Bean Insurance postgame show. Chances are you're paying too much for auto insurance. Discounts await at the Bean Insurance Agency. You won't know how much you can save until you give them a call. Bean Insurance, 242-6017. That's 242-6017. Danny Czerwinski alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Jeff Crow with us in the booth. Jesse Clark. No, it's not Jessica. Jesse Clark back at the studio. We have your Heartland Accounting post-game stats.
Here they are. First downs, Mount Carmel was 17 to Mount Vernon's 8. Turnovers, 3 for the Rams, 1 for the Aces. Penalties, only 4 in the game, 2 for 15 for Mount Vernon, 2 for 5. 2 for 10, I should say, for Mount Carmel. Rushing department, Mount Vernon with 228, Mount Carmel with 296. Passing department, Mount Vernon 14, Mount Carmel 61. Total yards 242 for Mount Vernon, 362 for Mount Carmel. Blake Strickland led the way for Mount Vernon. Rushing 17 carries, 64 yards. Dallas Cook for Mount Carmel, 16 carries, 144 yards, 3 touchdowns. 7 passes thrown in the entire game. Clayton Reeves 1 of 4, 14 yards. Sheldon Hanna 1 of 3, 61 yards and a touchdown. Badger caught the only pass for Mount Vernon. Leonta Badger, 1 catch, 14 yards. Pete Condell caught the only pass for Mount Carmel, 1 for 61 yards, and that was a touchdown as Mount Carmel wins tonight 49-12.
Get started right and let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. Your small business expert. We have a Perry Jackson update. Perry and Jackson are tied at 34
in the fourth.
Did you already have that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you say that in your update?
Nope.
Okay.
It's updated now, and it's been tweeted.
Independent agencies keep the customer in mind. Bean Insurance has relationships with dozens of insurance companies, allowing you to get the right price with the right service regardless of your personal history. Call Bean Insurance or stop by for the right coverage with a personal touch. 49-12, your final. Rams fall here tonight, 1-8 on the year. We have your Community First Bank of the Heartland Player of the Game coming up. This is Rams football on WMIX.
When you want the best,
Think the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. The Orthopedic Center has the unique distinction of being one of only 2 non-academic accredited orthopedic teaching and research facilities in the state of Illinois. Our goal in education is to inspire the next generation of orthopedic surgeons. Patient care, education, and research are our core strengths. Located on Veterans Memorial Drive, Mount Vernon, and St. Mary's Good Samaritan Centralia campus, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Discover the
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins at Community First Bank. If you're looking for a bank with stability, integrity, and a growing presence in Jefferson County, I invite you to stop by and open an account with us. We have free checking, safe deposit boxes, free internet banking, and debit cards tied to our local schools. We also have lenders with the ability to make decisions about your needs. We understand that not every person or business falls within some loan underwriting model, but where character still matters. For all of your banking needs, Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Football on WMIX. Time now for the Community First Bank of the Heartland Player of the Game.
Welcome back. Bean Insurance Postgame Show 49-12, your final. Rams fall here tonight to the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski and Jeff Crow in the booth. Jesse Clark back at the studio. Not much left to do here, but your Community First Bank of the Heartland Player of the Game, and they are
the seniors from Mount Vernon High School. That would be important because it's their last game here at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, and lots of hard work and effort by the seniors and their parents and otherwise over the last few years to get them to this point, and we will pick the seniors as the players of the game tonight.
Of course, we're back on the air tomorrow with the Saturday Sports Show, 8:08 until 10 o'clock. Monday with Lady Rams Volleyball. Regional action at Heron as they take on the Centralia Annies at about 5:30, 5:15 pre-match on WMIX, online at mywithersradio.com. We hope you'll join us. We'll be there at Heron on Monday. Don't forget Saturday Sports Show tomorrow, as I just said, 8:08 until 10. You won't want to miss it. It'll be right here on AM 940. That's tomorrow. Final tonight, the Mount Vernon Rams fall to the Mount Carmel Golden Aces, 49-12. That's going to be it for male Rams coverage until basketball season. Join us November the 21st from the Pyramid Tournament. Also, you guessed it, at Heron. For Danny Czerwinski, for Jesse Clark, back to studio, for Jeff Crow here with us in the booth, for everyone at Withers Broadcasting, thank you for listening to Rams Baseball all season long. I'm Chris Hugo. Good night from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium.